Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Rushdown Podcast. My name is Kim. My guest today is Dylan Cruz. How you doing today?
Doing well, man. I feel honored. Honored to
Yes,
be
sir.
here. Happy to be back.
Yep, it's been a while since I had you on. A little updated episode. My last guest as well.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy. I know you're shattering the hearts of the dodgeball community right now, man.
Yeah, I started to regret it when I got like the outpour of like people, but like it's time. Plus, there's like other podcasts out there that can do just fine.
Yeah. Why are you stepping away though? Like just you just feel like you ran your race or
Yeah, I feel like it's time for me to let go of it. Kind of like became a burden, not really a burden, but like it was something that was on my shoulders that I felt obliged to do.
okay.
So I just
Yeah.
want to get off my shoulders.
And you got to respect that
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yep. Uh, Probably gonna get a question about that or talk about it on my episode next, but that's
Yeah.
kind of the gist of it.
Okay.
People were
Yeah.
wondering.
I respect that.
Yeah. But how you doing?
Doing well, man. Um, Getting the body back together after a long weekend
Yeah.
last like the weekend before, but just kind of laser focused right now after we got past the thing, getting ready for selection camp. So selection camps in like probably like 18 days, right? Something like
Yeah.
that.
Crazy
Yeah.
coming up quick.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I
crazy.
feel I feel like Seattle was like so long ago, but it was just
It was
last
literally, yeah,
weekend. Yeah.
it was literally a week ago.
How was traveling to and from Seattle?
I love Seattle. I love Seattle because Seattle's so different for me. Like it's not New York, it's not LA, it's not like it's completely different. It's very green. Sometimes it's a little gloomy, but um I have a lot of people that I call friends out there, so they always show me a good time, and it's the home of the best tournament in North America. So, you you learn to love that place, or you learn
Yeah.
to hate it. But
I agree. Yeah, Seattle's definitely its own vibe. Um, and yeah, I was sitting there, I was like, man, I've been to Seattle 4 years
yeah,
just for the tournament. It's crazy.
yeah. And you had a baby out there.
Yeah, and I had a baby, so Seattle's very has a very big spot in my heart.
Yeah, sure. It
uh,
should, sure.
how was the tournament overall for you?
Tournament was great in one sense, but also heartbreaking in another. We obviously we placed first overall for round robin. We got the one seed, but then we rolled through playoffs. Like we kind of like developed this new identity for Shred that I feel like we've been longing for years now. Um, because we've pulled out pieces and like different things didn't work for certain players, and we wanted to play into a style, but I don't think everybody was willing to play that way. Um, and then we kind of just like developed this new identity for ourselves, and we were rolling. We were playing the way that we wanted to play, and I think that it worked very well. But it also showed us that, like, obviously, with the upsetting loss to you guys in the finals, like, it showed that not like we can have a great weekend, but we also need to learn how to play with this new identity and get punched in the face. Like the difference was you guys played day one and went. You guys were what, the eight seed,
We
something
were
like that.
seven seed, yeah.
17, yeah, 17. So like you guys got punched in the face multiple times day one and had to make adjustments, had to figure things out, had to play through like, and then you guys had the harder side of the bracket. So it showed you guys like you guys were already dealing with adversity. We were dealing with adversity, but not as much adversity. Like, and it wasn't like we didn't have to like resituate. It was the first time we got punched, and it it showed us something and it taught us something. And I relate that moment back to when we beat you guys at at FDC in 23. Because I remember Shota just joined Outsiders, and we were like saying good game to them, and like me and Sean like walked past, and like I heard like Eli in the huddle like talking like listen, they beat us, but we're gonna fucking figure it out. Like we're gonna figure them out. Like it doesn't matter. Like I don't care. Like hungry, and you heard the hunger in them. And we were like, hey man, like they sound serious. Like they sound like they're gonna come back to whoop our ass next time they played us. And ever since then, they've been on an up like or you guys have been on an uphill journey and like y'all keep conquering. And like at the end of the day, like I'm always gonna give flowers where flowers are due, but like I'm never gonna be satisfied with a number two placement. Like I'll never be satisfied with anything but a gold, but it still was very it was still progress. Progress is progress, and we made a lot of progress this week. Everybody on Shred 1 through 9 had a good time. Like we learned how to like play together, play for each other, which was something that we lacked and something that I personally lacked at times on Shred. So like having that kind of gave me like the chills at times, like playing with the team like that. Like I haven't had moments like that since I first joined Shred. So again, second place, like, yeah, it stings, but people will be like, oh, you still placed second in the hardest tournament. And no, like I can understand that, but I can also still be upset about it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah.
And if listeners, if y'all haven't listened to or watched Xander's YouTube video, I suggest you watch it. The Thing vlog. That was a great insight of like what you were talking about with the Shred Camp and like how you guys interacted and just how you guys were a team in Seattle.
Yeah. And like I love those boys. Like and it it like really it put into perspective like and me and Eli talked, me and Show talked, like we had a bunch of conversations and like I'm I'm happy to feel like the contender again. And like right now, you guys are on top, and I at the end of the day, I'll give y'all flowers because y'all are on top and y'all are doing it. But like I'm eager to knock y'all off that throne every time I step on the court,
Yeah,
and that's what I want to do. And it's that's just a competitor in me, and I feel like we unlocked something, and now we just have to go out there and polish it. And willing to go polish it. I think everybody's willing to go polish it, and we're excited to go polish it. So.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I you could definitely tell at this tournament that Shred was just a different team, like just the vibes and like the energy of your team. And I
Yeah.
really liked you guys' little bow.
Yeah. It's so funny. So the reason why that started was because um and just like a little insight into like where my journey was, like I came off of a world's gold in 24. I became a player that was like noticeable on every roster I was on. I was like playing in all these international tournaments and I was getting a lot of love from different like getting all the love and stuff. And I'm not gonna say it went to my head, but and I was also playing a lot of rec dodgeball at that point in time, and like different things bled into different areas of my game. And like I really and I still feel this way. Like I still feel like when I step on the court, there's nobody that can mess with me. Like there's nobody that can rock with me, even if that's not the truth. But that's just who I am. Like if you line up in front of me, like I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter. And but I think it bled too much. Like my ego was needed a little bit of checking. And like again, I'm an accountable man. Like I understand where I have faults and whatnot. But so we walked into the thing like, man, nobody can see us this tournament. And Eli can't play with his right arm. Yeah, like it's up. Like that's how we walked into it. And me and Xander were like talking shit. And like we weren't respecting our opponents. So when we played day one of the thing and we wound up getting the like 9 or the 8 seed or whatever we got last year, we were like, damn, like, all right, like they can these teams, even though I still feel like we were way better of a team, they can still rock with us. They're like they're developed teams, they have strategies, like they play their game, and we didn't have the respect for those teams. And like it was our blunder right there. Like we shouldn't have done that. And then we wound up losing first round to you guys, and then we forfeited our placement matches. So we wound up placing 12th. So we placed last at the thing, but we didn't care. Like we didn't also like, and again, that was a problem too. Like we shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. We should have just played our placement matches and showed like teams that like, all right, yeah, we lost first round, but we're still great. Like and put it on the scoreboard. But we didn't play the placement matches, placed 12th. So going into this weekend, I kept saying like we'd be talking about teams and stuff, and I'd be like, but like I respect my opponent. I respect my opponent. And then I was like, because I'm known to celebrate, I'm known to like to be like have bravado on the court. So instead of having, I was like, instead of like flexing after points, I'm just gonna bow and and then they were like, well, make sure you do it where it doesn't seem like you're being a dick. And I was like, all right, well, see, clearly I can't do anything. But so we started, they were like, bow to us. So then instead of saying like shred on three, we would go shred on three, one, two, three, and then we would all bow because we were just like we respect our opponents, and that's really where it came from. And then the bow just became like kind of the thing for the weekend, and it's kind of like been a little bit of an identity thing with us. So it's a funny story, but it's also like it also shows you got to respect who you're playing against because like they're lined up in front of you like there is a reason, and if you think you're better, go prove it. You don't got to say it, just go prove it. Prove it with the score.
Yeah.
So,
Sick. Oh, I mean, such a great improvement for Shred, especially like these past couple of results you have had this year. So like it's great to see you guys back up.
yeah.
Um, Celestia Camp is coming up soon. What are you expecting, and what do you want to see out of the players on the practice squad that weekend?
Um, well, first off, I'm excited. We made some great additions. We added some players to the practice squad, and I think everybody, but with the exception of the players that are going to be at Canadian Nationals, will be there. So I'm excited. It's a grind, and it's really a dogfight, and I'm expecting players to go out there and fight. Like if you go out there and yeah, it's great taking all the knowledge that you can take in that weekend. Like you're going to be able to be teammates with players that historically beat you. So now when you're next to them, understand why they beat you. Watch what they do. Ask players questions. Like players will tell you what's going on. The more veteran players will tell you what they see, tell you what they do, like give you insight. Where like in the middle of a tournament, they're not going to be so inclined to do it because it's just like they're with their teams. You might not have the same off schedule together. Now talk to them, ask players questions, don't have ego, but go out there and once you step on that court, like understand that you deserve to be on that court and go improve it. Because I promise you what players do is I'm gonna step on the court and I feel like I'm a top player. I was on that 24 team. We came off of a gold. I'm gonna go prove why I was on that team. And the players that are like almost like they were on that NAC team and they played well, they're gonna go prove why they're like next up and they're coming onto this roster. So now you as a player that's just getting added or a player that has not been rostered, you have to go out there and fight. And again, it could be a little bit like unmotivating at times when you're playing some of the greatest players in the world. And I genuinely believe we have the greatest players in the world at that camp and they're beating you and they're hyped and they're flexing it and they're celebrating it. But that also shows your character. Like you got to go out there and be mentally strong in those moments. And if you can be mentally strong in those moments and fight through and find your place, then it'll stick out. I also think like just word of advice if anybody's listening to this going into the camp, don't be a hero. You don't need to be a hero. We don't expect players that are like bubble players or players fighting for a bubble spot to go out there and meet a ball and go hit six players. But if you go and do a job, do it well. If you're running the rush, run it fast. Get that pitch out. If you're taking the pitch, hit the player. If you're out the middle, survive till you get a ball. Do your job well. You don't got to go out there and be a hero. You don't got to like if you're not a player that has the greatest hands, but you move well, you don't have to be like, oh, I'm gonna catch everything and reach for every single ball. Or if you even do catch well and you start reaching for stuff that you don't normally reach for, like be the player that you were scouted to be and then show improvements because we know who you are as a player. Like if a player is a bubble player, but they're playing differently and the difference is costing their teams games, like they're doing things that they don't ever really do, it's gonna look bad. It's gonna look worse. So just go out there, do your job, do it well, play hard. Don't don't get discouraged if somebody beats you. Look at it like I gotta stay mentally tough. It's a long day. There's 2 days and a lot of people are playing both divisions. So Like take that into consideration and like and again, like it's the best competition in the world. You get to play with some of the best minds, some of the best players, some of like some players that like when I remember when I did it, I was like, damn, like I'm sitting next to like I'm playing on the team right now with Isidro, Dylan, like Eli, like we're all lined up on one team and like this is insane. And I took it into consideration and I soaked in the moment and then I rose to the occasion. And that's all we can ask for you to do. Rise to the occasion, but you don't gotta rise above and be a hero. Do your job, do it well.
That was beautiful. Especially the hero part. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of people should take that to heart.
Yeah, because you don't need to be a hero. You just gotta like go be a soldier, bro. Why, like outsiders, why do you think you guys continue to win? People have jobs, people have roles, and people go out there and they're soldiers. Like they go do their job. Trust the process, man. Trust the process.
Sir. All right. Now to my generic questions. Where did you start playing dodgeball?
I started playing dodgeball at Sky Zone in 2014, 2015, in Deer Park, New York, on Long Island. So that's where I started. Killer comp. Shout out all my boys. Still doing it with Quan. Quan was you have one of my teammates now on Outsiders,
Taylor.
Taylor, yeah. So shout out Tay, shout out Bert, shout out all my players that I played with over the years.
Do you ever miss trampolines at all?
Yeah, I always miss trampolines. That's where I first met you, like
Yep.
back in the day. But yeah, I miss trampolines here and there. It was just I feel like those players that played in UDC and like the Sky Zone era, they they have like the moment's not too big for them because we were used to playing best of three games and like everything was important. There was no round robin to find. Well, there was round robin, but once you were playing in eliminations, there was no finding it in a 20-minute, 24-minute series. Like no 40 minutes. It was best of three. And you fought to get there. So like I
Yeah.
I do miss it sometimes.
Yeah. Definitely goes to show like whoever still is around from the UDC days are still playing is at the top.
Yeah, for sure. Brought out a lot of great players.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe one day they'll bring it back because that was such a great feeder system.
It was a great feeder system.
Yeah.
Like
Now we got hopefully get in contact with NCDA, NDA, maybe.
yeah, they something got to give.
Yeah.
So something's got to give.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Uh, how did you know you were hooked on dodgeball?
When I was like, I just remember me, Quan, Bert, Taylor, like back in the day, we were going to Sky Zone. It was like we would go on Thursdays and Sundays for dodgeball, and then they brought up a Friday like glow night,
Yeah.
and then we went on Saturday, and then we went on Sunday, and like we went 4 days in a row, and like we were just there for 4 hours a day, and like throwing till our arms were sore and probably doing damage to our bodies, but and it just I remember that's when I was like hooked to like the love of the game of dodgeball. I knew I was hooked in a different aspect in the most competitive edge was when 22 rolled around and 2022 rolled around and I started traveling like and I left the East Coast. And when I went to different rounds and stuff and I saw these different players and I started getting better and then like around the Team USA my first trials, that's when I knew I was like rehooked into it because that was a different those were two different time periods. So
Awesome. And where do you play now, and how often do you get to play?
I play on Long Island right now. I play through so I play in a semi-pro um dodgeball tournament. It's once a month. Through I like it. Shout out John Carlo. John Carlo's the one that like kind of orchestrates all of that, does all that. He's another Team USA practice squad player. But he does that. I do that once a month, and then I practice on Thursdays at league. And we're actually in the process right now, like all the competitive players on Long Island, we're gonna start a competitive Sunday night.
Nice.
So looking forward to doing that. We we'll probably have that started up within the month, and We're gonna like run some test trials with that. So I'll be playing 2 days a week, and some weeks I'll be playing 3 days. So
Nice. That's a good amount of reps every week.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
not overdoing it.
for sure. You can't really overdo it with your arms sometimes. So
Yeah. So you kind of said you're part of the LIK community, but can you kind of
yeah.
like talk about it? Talk about the community?
So LI Kick is a it's a social sports league out on Long Island. There's John Carlo actually works for the company. Like John Carlo is like employed by the company and that's his job. Like he coordinates like a bunch of different leagues, kickball, cornhole, pickleball, like soccer, basketball, flag football, a bunch of stuff. It's more set on social sports and they like have like after bars and they do stuff along the lines of that. They set up tournaments and whatnot, but they also do have dodgeball. Um, a lot of the players that play in the dodgeball, like Thursday night league, they do travel and compete. It's a very good feeder system to get to a more competitive night, but we haven't necessarily capitalized on the fact that we have so many players on Long Island that do travel and do play well and do have teams. Like we have an all Long Island team that goes and plays in these USA tours. We have a couple of mixed teams, but we're gonna because like LI Kick, they're not just focused on competitive dodgeball, they're focused on adult social sports. So we're trying to like get it more or like get a branch of LI Kick through John Carlo that's running competitive dodgeball nights. So I don't care what it is. I just like at the end of the day, I have respect for that company, but I don't care about adult social sports. Like I care about competitive dodgeball. So
Yeah.
it's it's like we got to find like a healthy balance and because it's not all about just like having fun. Like we could have a night where we have fun and it's social and we go to the bar after, but I want a night where I want to kill people on the court. And
Yeah.
so,
I hear that. Uh, any players or teams you looked up to starting out?
um, like the obvious ones, like I definitely looked up like I looked up to Doom. I looked up to Team Awesome. I um I had a lot of love for Team Black, the Ducks, like because we played with all those guys. We competed against those guys. And when I first like walked into the scene, um, yeah, like that'd probably be it as far as like teams that I was like, oh, I'm like I want to be like that. Like they had the camaraderie, they were placing well. Um, those are the teams I looked up to, probably those two, like Team Black and I'm not Team Black, Team Awesome and Doom. So
That's crazy. The teams you just listed off, none of them play anymore except for Pine on Doom.
yeah, that's crazy.
It's wild. Or I guess Sam Jones from Austin,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's such a different time era. Funny that you see Ducks, because I was gonna say like outside of Ducks, you guys are probably the most hated team. I think Ducks was
Yeah.
probably the most hated team at the time.
Yeah, they were definitely the most hated. But I feel like that's also a reason why we liked them so much.
Yeah. Yes, you're relate.
Yeah, we were able to relate to it. So yeah.
Man,
And I
Kill
didn't care about none of that.
Killer Comp was a very interesting team starting out.
Yeah, we like again, we were like I like people forget like we were 18 years old. We are from New York. We're all loud. Like of course we were gonna be like rah rah on the court. And for money,
Yeah,
and we didn't come in through this community of like dodgeball. So yeah, we didn't care about people. We liked we all my best friends played, so I didn't have like aspirations to make friends or I wasn't trying to like get into Team USA dodgeball or nothing along the lines of that. So I just we went there, we played and we left. And we made some friends, but like we weren't looking for it.
yeah, for
So
sure. Yeah, I was hating just only because we lost to y'all in a
yeah,
choking fashion. Choked, lost to you,
I
one v
know
three.
that was still like my breakout moment of dodgeball when
Yeah,
I won the 1v3, like 45 seconds left, which was
I,
crazy.
it's been a while since I watched, but I used to watch it a lot. I can't believe we lost that. I can't
Yeah.
even watch like the last minute.
And then the freaking 25-minute 1v1 with me and Devin.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was crazy.
brutal. I don't know if anyone knew, but I broke my pinky after that loss.
Really?
I
Would you hit a
punched,
wall?
yeah, I punched the metal pole like right outside the trampoline court. Punched it, broke my pinky right here. Oh, dude, I was so mad.
Yeah. I
Uh,
remember everybody storming the court and stuff. Yeah.
brutal. But speaking of kill the comp, can you tell me your journey leading up to your current team?
Um, so basically I was on Kill the Comp in 2019 because UDC wasn't a thing anymore. Once UDC wasn't a thing anymore, we were like, all right, we're gonna play floor. So I um I actually tried to get all the boys to play floor in 2017 and 2018. None of them were with it. They were like, this is stupid. We wound up using them as kickballs, the 8.5 balls.
Yeah.
So that's when Elite was around and whatnot. So we played in the final season of Elite Dodgeball, which was 2019. And we because we didn't have UDC, so we brought all the same players back, but we just kind of really couldn't find our footing first couple of rounds, and that's when it was like a tour. So we played, and then Nationals was in Austin that year. So I was like, I knew some of the boys from Impact, which were like McComb, Jeff, Sanders, Levine, and Sean McMahon, and then they basically told me that if I reached out to them and was like, hey, listen, like I'm looking to be picked up for nationals. If you're willing to pick me up, I'm down. Quan reached out to them and Team Awesome, and I reached out to them and Team Awesome did the same thing. They wound up picking us up for different divisions, but basically picked us up for everything. And we went out there, played well. We placed third overall in mixed nose thing with Team Awesome. And it was me, Quan, Drew, Zap. No, it wasn't Zaps. It was shoot, I forgot his name. He used to play on Anarchy. Um, something Tino. Like shit, I can't remember his name. Jesus, but he was like the tall dude. He played on Anarchy. He was also like on Team USA. I mean, Team Awesome. Anyway, played on that team. Placed really well. It was our first like showing. People were like, "Who are these kids?" We got a lot of like notice at that point in time, and then we placed fourth in Open 8.5 with Impact. So basically, 2020 season was rolling around. They Team Awesome offered me and Quan both a spot. So we were both going to be on Team Awesome the next season, and it was going to be like me, Drew, Matt Giovinco, Zelensky, Frankie, and like maybe like Sam Jones or something.
Yeah.
And Drew tore his, Matt tore his ACL. Drew tore his labrum. Zelensky retired, and it was just me, Frankie, and Chris Wheeler was going to come back potentially. Chris left, everybody left, so it was just me, Frankie, and Quan. We wound up not having a team, so then Impact was supposed to pick up some players. They were like, "Hey, we'll pick up the three people basically that aren't on Team Awesome anymore. We were gonna make this new team called Shred. Like, would you guys like to be a part of it?" So we joined up, and at that point in time, it was me, Kyle Sanders, Jeff Giovinco, Sean McMahon, Quan, Frankie, and shit. I'm missing people, but we those were like the players.
Yeah.
That was like our core, and played with that team for a little bit. Kyle Sanders kind of like got out of dodgeball, and like like Levine wound up transitioning to go play on Fallout. We picked up Sean and Chris Wheeler throughout the years. Picked up Kendall at one point in time. Kendall transitioned to go over to play in Grizzlies, and then we've just kind of like been like replacing pieces here and there. We picked up Xander, and then from there, like we just kind of like make this makeshift team of like Shred that we have now, which is me, Sean, Jeff, Quan, Xander, Demonte, and Cody. We have 7 players on our roster now. We picked up Cody last season because yeah. But so we taking a couple hex boys, but at the end of the day, it's not our fault.
Yeah.
It's not poaching if they want to leave. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Um, but yeah, I
And
mean,
yeah,
oh, go ahead.
No, no, I was just saying, and that's just kind of like how we created this like roster of shreds and a lot of changes, but I love the boys to death. Like, and it actually feels good. We're all friends. Like for the first time, I think on Shred ever, everybody is actually friends.
Yeah, I feel like this shred roster would be like your guys' actual roster for a long time. You guys just
Yeah,
don't have a revolving door of players anymore.
yeah. I don't like if another player leaves Shred, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter who it is. Like it would hurt me.
yeah. You guys definitely got a really great core going. I mean, you guys already had a core, but like I feel like
Yeah,
this team's gonna stick for a while.
yeah. I hope so.
Yeah. Can you share any memorable moments or experiences from your dodgeball journey?
My most memorable moment you were a part of too. So my favorite dodgeball memory, like I won an API gold, I won Worlds gold. Those are definitely like honorable mentions, but it's not even a dodgeball memory. It was this one moment where after we won in NAC, we all went out to a team dinner at I don't remember what it was called. You remember the steak spot that we went out to?
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
went out to this like we went out and had this steak dinner, and it was basically it was the whole foam squad, and we brought Quan with us.
Cool.
So we brought Quan with us because obviously that's my best friend. I'm bringing him with me to
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff. And Jeremy was there. And I remember Joe and Kathy were also there too. Like, well, Joe was part of the team, but Joe brought Kathy.
Yeah,
And we all sat there and got so drunk and
yeah.
just like sat there with the boys and just like we ordered bottles. We just were ordering steaks. Everyone had steaks and we were joking. And I remember like Eli was like messing with Joe and like talking shit to Jeremy and like we were all talking shit to each other. We had Quan drinking out of the bottle and it was just such a like a wholesome memory and like it was so funny like I just Logan taking a shot for the first like
Spitting it out.
spitting it out like it was just it literally is my favorite dodgeball memory. Like I will take that memory up with me to heaven. Like I swear to God, like that was so funny. It was so wholesome. We all went out after. Some people went back, but like we at least all as a team, we all sat down and like broke bread and like talked and joked around and like got to know each other. So that's by far my favorite dodgeball memory.
Yeah, that was such a great moment.
Yeah.
Shout out Jeremy who
Yeah.
footed the bill.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Golly, so many shots were passed around.
Yeah, I was so drunk.
That was such a fun time, though. That was such a great vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, if you could go back in time to when you first started playing, what would you tell yourself? Like advice or stuff to look out for?
Um, the one thing I would make sure I told myself would be a lesson I learned in the past months. And it's basically that like I'm not I'm not gonna explain myself to people who already have this opinion of me. If your mind is already made up, like you already feel how you feel about me, like I'm not gonna sit here and politic with you. I'm not gonna sit here and try to change your mind. Like I know who I am wholeheartedly as a person, as a human being, and I'll stand on that. I'll die on that. I'll meet my maker that way. And a lot of people don't understand me and I'm misunderstood, and that's fine. And like, I feel like once I got into this like spectacle of being like a great player and players looking at me and like me being under the microscope as much, and like I felt like I had to politic the right way and I had to tell people how I felt, and I got into conversations that I didn't want to be inside of. That like if it was in my outside life, in my regular day life, my social life. I would never even take part into the situation because I'm just like, man, I don't care. But I felt like because I was under this microscope of dodgeball, that when altercations would arise, when controversy would arise, like I would stay in conversations too long. And when I was staying and shout out Jeremy because Jeremy helped me with this a lot, like when this whole situation was going on. And it's just basically like I know who I am as a person and I'll stand on that. And if you don't like me as a person, then that's fine. I don't because every person that I've showed my true self to in my life loves me as a person. Not one person that I've shown my true colors to see me as a person and go like, "Oh, I don't want to rock with him." So I take that and I hold that near and dear to me. and I lost track of that for a while. Like I was like trying to like tell the right people the right things and like, oh, like I'm just misunderstood to you. So let me politic with you and let you understand that this is how I really am. And like I lost my competitive edge. I lost my competitive edge. I lost the way I felt about the game. I almost like I don't and people might not believe this, but I genuinely like was it a thought I thought about for a while? No, but I thought about stepping away. I swear to God I did. Swear to God I did. Like I was like, do I even want to do this anymore? Thought very quickly and was like, yes, I still love this. I'm still coming back. But it's that would be what I would tell my younger self. Like, listen, like if they have their mind made up about you, let them make up their mind. They don't know you anyway. Like, and if they don't know you, you don't care about them. And just continue to be the person that you and your heart set out to be every single day. And that would have helped me with so many obstacles. And I would have like the long nights, the pits in my stomach that I felt, the am I gonna get in trouble? Am I gonna do this? I was just trying to explain myself. All of that would have been out the window. So that's something that I'm practicing daily when it comes to dodgeball.
Out here preaching.
I'm trying, man.
That was a great answer. Like definitely a unique answer I've never heard. Usually oh, I'll take care of my arm, blah blah, and TDC. But that was definitely
But
a
people don't understand that your mental makes so like your mental is so important in dodgeball. Like we yes, this is still like a social sport to some people, but like it's not social to me. And this is something we take serious. We travel all around the world. We spend real money on. Like taking care of your mental health in this game is important. Like taking care of how you feel, who you surround yourself with, who you trust in. Like there's so many times where like dodgeball has kept me up and like put pits in my stomach that I didn't want. So like take care of your mental. Like your mental is so important in this too. So
100%. Um, any opinions on the current state of USA dodgeball?
I'm happy to say things look hopeful right now.
Yeah,
Big shout out to Dustin. Dustin, I think, is doing more for this sport than I've seen somebody do in a long time for USA Dodgeball. Like, yeah, like people do a lot of stuff on the Team USA level that I see, but I'm not really discussing that. I'm trying to just like Dustin has taken things that I've told him and like spoken to me about like where he can see the changes being made, and then I've seen the changes made.
yeah,
So like he's done so much for like the overall gameplay is better right now. 40-minute finals, like the finals from Minneapolis was insane. Like
yeah,
I wish I was there, but respectfully, like I was not going to no damn m freaking Minneapolis looking the way I do.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they snatching people up for the wrong reasons, and I ain't trying to have no parts in that. So I respectfully said no, and but I wish I was there. I wish I was there. Like I wish I was able to see that finals. Like that it was sick. It was the first time like we had a finals that was worth watching because it wasn't 22
20
minutes.
minutes. Yeah,
And then like we there was placement matches and yeah, even though placement matches suck and like I don't personally like them, but they're good for the game. They're good for like teams getting to see how to play each other. 30-minute semis, like that's sick. We've never had that before.
yeah,
So changes look hopeful. There still needs to be some changes made. Off the top of my head, can I think of them? No. Um, I think it's some like rule book stuff and like some maybe like judicial like the reviews and stuff like that. Yeah, like we can probably fix, but like things look hopeful. And I'm very grateful to the people, even the people that I don't know that are helping, because I'm not too well informed on like who's behind the scenes. But definitely, definitely very, very grateful to those people.
yeah, for sure. I agree. Like Dylan came on the scene or Dylan, Dustin came on the scene and just absolutely changed the whole dodgeball scene for USA.
Yeah.
And shout out to the board too.
Yeah. My bad, my phone keeps going off.
No, you're good.
Trying to get this
Yeah,
group muted.
no, you're good. But yeah, like I agree with you. Like there's been so many changes. Like, I feel like dodgeball is so stagnant from like the switch from elite to USA. It's just been the same thing every single year, and then it's finally changing
Yeah.
for the better.
And
But we
it's
still
it's
got good.
No, and it's gonna show. It's gonna bring about better competition. It's gonna bring about better players that join, and like it's gonna like it's just doing the right things right now. So maybe we need to work on the feeder systems.
Yeah,
Maybe we could do that. Because like if the last feeder system we have, the players that brought about like me and like Jeff and Levine and you, like we're entering our 30s like soon. So like all of us,
yeah.
I just turned 30. Like so like we
You need
need
something.
we need some youth.
Yeah, not really look like Canada.
Yeah, and I'll be damned. I'll start having babies.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait for a 40-minute no sting finals and nationals. That's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
that's gonna be
I
dope.
I- we that you know what? That's a change we need to make. I said this, and I'll say this on this podcast right now. This is what should be this the format should be, and it would be so much fun. They it'd be foam, cloth, and then the third day is you play with your local leagues. You play with your local teams. Like you put like play with a state. Like you can only like how Canada does provincials and all that. And think about how fun that would be too, because everyone would have such a sense of pride rolling out their like state jerseys or their league jerseys. Like all the Texas boys would make like a Texas themed jersey. All the LA boys, you could do like a Dodgers bite off. Like we could do a New York Yankees or like a Liberty colorway. Like
Yeah.
the Atlanta boys would definitely be hype.
Oh
All
yeah.
the Fortune boys already play together. Like you can figure out like how to like it would just I obviously it's a raw idea and it's like things need to be ironed out, but I'm telling you, doing some type of thing where you played with your state or you played with the players that are in your league would bring about such a sense of pride and it would be insane to watch because so many times everybody goes, "Oh, who like if we had to play with our state, who would win? Who would win?"
Yeah.
Let's go prove it. Let's go see who would win. Like, yeah, outsiders is mainly Texas, but you take away Shota, it's a different team.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now like you get no show. And then but Atlanta, like the threat boys get Shota.
Yeah.
So now it's like it makes things interesting. It makes things fun. And I think that that's how national should be. But that's just me.
That
Me
would be dope.
being
That would be dope. I mean, we're kind of close. You guys have Beast Coast kind of
yeah.
doing it over there.
Yeah, Beast Coast is sick. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Maybe one day Beast Coast will expand to nation.
I I hope so.
Yeah.
That was the thought years ago. I remember when we were first like talking about it. To eventually do like nation.
But to be fair, you guys got something big going on. You guys don't want to ruin it. So,
Yeah,
all right. We're going to move on to the crowdsourced questions. I
let's do it.
appreciate everyone that's sending questions. We've got a ton of questions. Thank you to everyone. Uh,
Appreciate you.
we'll go to the Instagram questions. First with the anonymous questions. First one, what do you do for a living?
So I for a long time I did a lot of print on demand stuff and I did a lot of like I did a lot of events for a long time. I did events. I had a creative warehouse. I kind of just did a bunch of different things along the lines of between throwing parties, printing, and staying afloat that way. The events were very lucrative, but very mentally draining. Throw a lot of parties, rent out clubs, rent out yachts, do stuff like that. Did that all in my early 20s. Had a great time. Also, just not worth the headache, not worth the stress, not worth the legal issues. And so I have a warehouse. I kind of transitioned to doing just print on demand work now. So I have the warehouse to do that. I was still renting out my podcast studio to different people. And now I've transitioned recently to being a registered behavioral technician. So I've been working with kids one to one, and I've been doing like mentoring and facilitation work as well for non-for-profits. So working in shelters, working with kids that are at risk youth, and I worked with a lot of undocumented people coming into this country from New York. New York is a hub, so doing stuff like that. And in the past year, I finally got a job based on Long Island where it's very flexible. I'm an independent contractor. I make my own hours. I work different cases with different kids, and I kind of can just build my company. So I work for an agency. So that's what I do now currently, and I still print. So I still print my clothing. I still have the warehouse that's still all afloat, and that's kind of how I remain. I have the flexibility to do what I want to do, go where I want to go, and still support for myself.
Yeah, that sounds like an awesome job. Like,
Yeah.
must be cool to see like the kids, but like obviously it has to be kind of like sad too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's um it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
I never thought like I was bad as hell in school. I was very it was I was just very I got into a lot of trouble as a kid. Like I was always doing the wrong thing, but I always maintained my grades so I could play sports. So I kind of can connect to a lot of these kids.
Yeah.
Um
That's huge.
and I understand. And I honestly, a lot of kids I get through to with dodgeball. Like, there's a lot of kids that like I just talk to them about what I do and stuff, and they're like, it kind of resonates with them to
Heck yeah.
understand that not real life is there's so many opportunities and so many things along the lines that we have to dodgeball that they can relate to or they can look forward to, and understanding that life is bigger than just the moment of high school or moment of middle school. And so it's definitely I'm definitely blessed to do what I do. My company's great to me. They 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 support me wholeheartedly. So
It's amazing. Um, Second anonymous question. How do you afford traveling to dodgeball tournaments?
again, the job is very very fulfilling, but it pays it pays well. So I and then I print. I print as well. So like I do a lot of my printing, and that keeps me afloat just for like travel and stuff. And a lot of my drops that I've done have paved my way for like if I drop a hoodie, I drop some shirts, I collab with merch for dodgeball things. It's paid my way to go certain places. So
Heck yeah.
yeah.
Um, Third anonymous question. Who is your dodgeball crush?
He's from Atlanta. He's got a couple of tattoos. I don't really
I think we all know who this is.
yeah, I can't just put my finger on his name. But yeah, that's probably my dodgeball crush. He's actually the only man in my life that I've kissed on the lips by accident.
That's wild.
By accident.
You want to tell
So
that story or no?
I was trying to tell him good game after we lost to them when we lost to you guys at the thing last year. And when I was trying to tell him good game, or like 2 years ago, whenever it was. And when I was trying to tell him good game, and he kissed me, he went to go kiss me on the cheek, but like I turned to tell him good game at the same time, and our lips just like drive by kiss.
Awesome.
So
It's a true bromance right there.
yeah, something like that. Shout out, show.
Shout out show. Cutie with the booty.
Yes, sir.
Um, the last anonymous question. Uh, Talk to me about Puerto Rico. Tell peeps what happened and how it feels for someone who is actually Puerto Rican.
All right. So as I teeter this question a little bit,
Don't get suspended
um,
here.
yeah, I won't. So historically, Puerto Ricans have been exploited by white people or colonizations or colonizers, and I'm not going to go into the history of it because at the end of the day, like not everybody wants to hear that. But that's my ancestry. I'm like my grandparents are from like lived on the island, natives, like moved from Puerto Rico to New York to give their kids opportunities. So like I had and but also couldn't afford to stay on Puerto Rico because the gentrification of the island at certain points in times. So I've heard those stories. I know how gentrified Puerto Rico is becoming already. I am very proud to be Puerto Rican because I've dealt with a lot of identity issues when it came to growing up and playing predominantly white sports my whole life. So like at one point in time, being afraid to be Puerto Rican and feeling ashamed because people made fun of me for being Puerto Rican. And then when I found like being afraid to eat Spanish food out in public because that's not what everybody else packed in their container.
Yeah.
And I had rice and beans, and I'm proud that I have rice and beans now. But like back in the day, I was a little ashamed of it. So the fact that I stepped into that light and I learned to be proud of my roots and I learned to be a proud New Yorican, it it's something that's so close to my identity. And again, like I had identity issues when I was growing up. Like I didn't know how to be proud of that. So I've always been proud to be Puerto Rican, proud to be different, proud to be that. So obviously, one day helping Puerto Rico would have been a dream of mine. Um, I'm never, I'm not saying what they're doing is wrong or what they're doing is bad for the community, but they're not Puerto Rican. And that didn't sit right with me. And again, like, yeah, are there cases where some people go and play in different countries for and they have these loopholes and they play? Yes, 100%. I'm not attacking anybody, but I'm just saying like I would like to see players that are actually Puerto Rican on a Puerto Rico roster. Yes, it's a part of the like it's a territory of the United States, but like again, gentrification has been a thing. There's so many reasons why it should be wrong, and I'll let people decide if it's wrong in your heart or for your morality scale. But for me personally, I would appreciate to see Puerto Rico dodgeball beat Puerto Ricans. Like I thought one of the coolest things was when Japan came to Worlds last in 24, and me and Shota were walking around, and the Japanese team got up, and they were excited, and Shota showed them that he had Shohei Ohtani on his like tattooed on his like calf or wherever he had it, and they went crazy. That that moment was like, even though he's obviously not, he doesn't live in Japan, like he probably isn't eligible to play for Japan. He had that connection and it was sick. I couldn't have like that connection, I would say, with the team because there was situations at risk and no one wanted any any fights or anything to like escalate it at Worlds. So I was told very clearly, don't talk to them, just stay away. And I did, but it hurt. It bothered me because I wanted to talk to some of the Puerto Rican players. And it was funny because at the after party, one of the Puerto Rican girls walks up to me and she was like in Spanish, she asked me if I was Puerto Rican. And I laughed. And then she was like, I knew you were Puerto Rican. And she just gave me a hug at the after party. And like, yeah, that moment was cool, but like I wish I would have had that at the opening ceremony. Like, so that's why I feel a way about the whole situation. Like, honestly, like I've grown past the whole beef with the whole like anarchy and all that nonsense. Like at the end of the day, they're a dodgeball team. They've succeeded in their lane. They've done what they've done. So like if they're at a tournament, like I don't even care. Like I don't care to brew up the beef. I don't care to like bring any of that into my space. That stuff has passed me. But like, and honestly, I want to play them. Like when they're at a tournament, I want to play them because they've won. They won recently. They played. They still have good players on their team. I'm a competitor, and I want to beat whoever's winning tournaments or whoever's so-called the best. So like, I don't care about the beef. I don't care about none of that nonsense anymore. Yeah, did I like have situations in the past, but like I'm not gonna say let bygones be bygones, but I'm an adult. I don't have to like everybody in my space, and I don't. But that doesn't mean I can't coexist in that same space. So
Beautifully answered.
yeah.
And the follow-up question is, what would you love to see with Puerto Rico in dodgeball?
I would love to one day be able to like have my hand in helping players grow. Like my dad is moving to Puerto Rico. Like I would love to be able to like travel to and from, but Like that's I don't know if that's ever going to be a thing. Hopefully one day it will be, but I would love to see I would again, Puerto Ricans are so damn good at baseball. In the yo, we in the womb we have a baseball in our hands. Like so and historically baseball players transition to dodgeball well. So
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans can be great. They just kind of need like same thing with Dominicans. Dominicans are great at baseball too. Those are our cousins. They're right across that like they can be great too, but they don't have the resources. Like if I was Dominican, I would love to go out there and help, but like we can't really like that would be a dream of mine, but Puerto Rico's already kind of in its starting process, but I just really don't have my hand in it, and I don't know if I ever will. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully it continues to grow and we'll see a full squad Puerto Ricans one day.
yeah, hopefully,
Maybe you'll be on it one day.
maybe I'm gonna be like 40, 45 on that team.
That would be crazy. I can't even imagine what Dodge will look like in 10 years.
Yeah, jeez.
But that's one of the questions later on, so we'll get to that
Yeah.
later. Next question is from Frankie Gianetto. He asked a couple questions. First one, shouldn't Dylon start a dodgeball podcast?
I it's funny because I want to. I'm it's a world's year, so I'm a little scared too. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna be frank with everybody. Like it's on my goal list for the year to start it like a dodgeball content type of thing. I just don't, again, what I was saying earlier, like I'm not trying to have conversations about who I am, or I don't want things getting misconstrued and people looking at things I said. And I'm a very opinionated person and I don't want to offend people, but I also don't even want to put myself in a situation to have to like have these discussions. So like it might be a thing. It might be a thing where like I can it definitely wouldn't be a like a long form content, but maybe like a short form content type of podcast, like quick interviews, quick segments. So like I have all the podcasting. I have a podcast studio. I have all the equipment. I can do it. Gonna start a podcast tomorrow. I had a podcast, but as of right now, I would have to think hard onto it. And I know the thought of me starting a podcast for Jeremy makes it makes him would make him stay up at night. Like, and I don't want to. That's my boy. I love Jeremy to death, and I don't even want him to have to deal with that nonsense. So
I mean, you would kill it if you started one.
I appreciate that, and it's on the list for sure. It's definitely gonna happen. But again, just maybe something I'll talk about with Jeremy at selection camp.
He's gonna have to like review it before you even publish it.
Yeah, he'll be my editor.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it looked dope. Like the quality you had with your actual podcast when you did it, it looked great. And like if you can have like live interviews, that'd be dope.
Yeah, definitely.
Second question from Frankie. If Shota joined Shred instead of Outsiders, how many more medals do we win in 2023 and 2025?
I really like this question. Um, because it's like two-parted for me.
Yeah.
I think we definitely would have won some because Shota helped steal a couple from us. Like was like the difference maker, did certain things like where he grew so much with Eli that he was able to let his athleticism and Eli was able to like play a different style of dodgeball because he had someone on the other side that matched him so well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think we would have won maybe like at least like two or three of the ones that went hand in hand. Um, but again, I think that Shota, because if Shota would have joined Shred at that point in time, I don't think Shota would be as good as he is right now. I genuinely don't. I think that I saw Shota as a player that was very talented, but needed so much work in so many aspects of his game. And Eli really just little by little just polished those out with him. And so like, yeah, did I want him to play with us? Yeah, for sure. But it was better for the game. And we talked about that. Like when he told me, I remember he was drunk as hell and he was talking to me and he's like, I haven't told anybody yet, but I think I'm gonna go to Outsiders. And he's like, I'm sorry, and like gave me a hug, and I was like, bro, don't apologize. Like it's better for the game.
Yeah.
We were at Westerns, I think. No, we were at the Go tournament,
Mhm.
and he told me. But I'm glad he did. Like I still I iron sharpens iron. Like they've been beating us. Like you guys have been beating us, but end of the day, like that's not gonna. I'm not unmotivated. That motivates me more. Like nothing motivates me more than getting my ass whooped. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely appreciative that he didn't come to the team.
Yeah. I mean, that'll be a crazy timeline, especially if like Shota now like developed like how he did now was on shred the whole time. That would be an
Because
insane team.
Shota wasn't gonna join to play corner.
Oh
When
yeah, he's
Shota
gonna.
when yeah when we brought Shota to the team, like we had Jeff and Levine in corners,
Yeah,
and then it was like if Xander comes and plays,
I think
like
if
Xander would play corner, and like yeah, don't get me wrong, it would be just like a completely like different team and like different like identity, and like me and Shota out the middle could be insane with, but like who knows if I would have grown as much as I've grown if he did come,
yeah, true.
or Jeff, or like maybe Xander never comes to shred, and maybe Xander goes to the Outsiders, and like
I think that would be the timeline. That Xander went to Outsiders
yeah,
because he was playing with us like part time with like some tournaments. So like
yeah,
I think he did want to be on the team, but we had Shota, so like
yeah.
the office was out. But
So
that'd be a dope timeline though.
yeah, for sure. Like who knows what would have happened, but everything happens for a reason, and like I'll stand on what happened. Like I'm glad it happened the way it did.
Yeah,
It made me who I am today, and I'm proud of that.
for sure. And then last question from Frankie: Why are you obsessed with dodgeball?
I don't know, man. It's it's definitely something that like is it just gives me this competitive edge that I've always had, and like it's such an outlet, and even though there's like a lot that was like mentally draining for me that has happened in the last year, and I've like honestly like I've had such an up and down year. Like a lot of like personal things have happened where like it took heavy tolls on me this year, and even like I had some medical stuff that I was fighting through that I'm working through now. Like all of that stuff weighed on me, but there's so many times where I'm at a dodgeball tournament and I don't even know where my phone is. I haven't touched my phone. My phone's dead and it's been dead for hours. And like I'm just there. I'm existing. I'm not sitting here looking for looking to text somebody. I'm not looking to call. I'm not looking to doom scroll. I'm in the moment. I'm there. Like I'm watching games. So like not there's other things in my life that bring me that much joy, but if something brings me that much joy, I don't want to step away from it. I just need to learn how to like make the shitty parts a little less shitty.
Yeah,
So
man, I can relate to that so much. Like when you're at the tournament, everything around the world just goes into a blur, and that you're just in the moment.
yeah, and then now it's 8:30 at night and I've been in the gym since 6, and it's
Yeah.
just like I've been here for 14 hours and I've been wearing the same sneakers, and like I'm bleeding out of my kneecaps, but who cares? Like
Yeah. And the time flies so quick too.
yeah.
Next question is from Tegan Pegs. First one: Do you have any specific things or rituals you do pregame to get yourself into the right headspace to play?
Um I used to be very like ritualistic with things where I was like, I gotta listen to music. I gotta zone in. I got, like this has to happen. This has to happen. Like I need to, and it like the superstitious parts like kind of messed with me more than they helped. Like where I was like, oh, if I'm not doing this, or I got to make sure I'm doing this, and I got to make time to do this, and then I'd see somebody, and then like I learned to like find my switch as soon as I like step on the court. But one thing that I've been very diligent on lately, and it helps so much at the thing, is getting my arm acclimated to like throwing before actually playing. Because like I can turn that switch on in my mind like that, but my arm also has to get up to speed because like I might have been sitting, I might have like all the lactic acid is sitting in your muscles and you need to pull it out. So like the tiger bombs, like all of those things, like getting that into like my body, get my shoulder warm. And like Sean Wheeler has been used to get on me so much for it. He'd be like, bro, like you suck the first two games of every series. And then the third and fourth game, you're great. But like we need those first two games. And so like you need to get your shoulder like situated. You need to get like moving. And at the thing, I was doing that the whole time. And so like I think that that's like my only pregame thing right there. And just kind of getting my hips feeling good too. Like
Mm,
once my hips feel good, I feel great.
yeah, hips are super important.
Yeah.
Gotta open those things up. Second question from Tegan. What does your tournament schedule look like for 2026?
So I will be attending Bama. I'm going to do Beast Coast. I will be doing API and I will be at Worlds. Nationals Worlds. Like whatever or Nationals API Worlds if you want it in chronological order, but
Uh,
that's
what about
yeah.
Clash?
Clash is the weekend before
API, yeah.
API. So it would be like Nationals, Clash, API. I don't know if like yeah, I could drive to Clash, but I know those are gonna be two rigorous tournaments. And then if I step into API, like I don't know, it's a thought. Maybe I'll just go play one day, like play men's and like I know Shred's not gonna go to that, so
Okay.
maybe I'll go play like because it's drivable for me for Clash.
Yeah.
So maybe I go and play with like a different team.
Mm.
So if anybody's got like a really stacked team and just wants to add me to it, maybe hit me up. Maybe I might be down. Carry me to the
Maybe
gold.
outsiders Dylan.
Outside of I just it just came up on my timeline the other day when I played with you guys
God, like
in Dallas.
that was so long ago.
Yeah,
8.5.
yeah. 8.5 in foam. The work like the drastic switch to that is crazy that we put on our bodies.
Yeah, what are we doing?
I don't know.
Good thing we were young though, so we
Yeah.
could do it. And last question from Tegan. What is your favorite jersey you've worn and favorite from another team?
Um, so my favorite jersey that I've ever worn would probably be like my favorite jersey right now that I wear. It's crazy. I actually don't have one right now, but it's the OG Brick Squad one,
Ooh, the red one, red
the
and
red
black.
one, the red and black. I just think it's so classic. Like it's probably been in dodgeball the same jersey longer than like any other jersey because like it's lived it like the test of time. Like maybe Dooms at one point in time, but like we've probably exceeded their time.
Yeah,
Um, because like it was around in the like 2015, 2016, and still around 10, 11 years later. So
yeah. The jersey's so
um
clean.
yeah. I just think it's such a clean jersey. It looks so good. It looks great with black shorts. Like just any black shorts. It just looks so clean. It's a crispy jersey.
Yeah.
Um my favorite jersey that I've worn from someone else. What jersey do I wear a lot?
I don't think you have to wear it. It just says favorite from another team.
Favorite from another team. I love the Sunshine Bears black and white collar jersey.
That was
Or the
API.
yeah, they I don't even think they wore it in API, but it's just I don't even have one. I think Shoulder's the only one I know with one. That one, I think Sunshine Bears also like I'll touch on this later in one of the questions, but I think Sunshine Bears have the best jerseys in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they do the best job with their jerseys. They always have like something that I really like, something that's clean. But that or the pink, I have a pink Sunshine Bears jersey, and I love it. And it's like baggy as hell on me, but I just love it. Like I wear it all the time.
Really go through Saga or
Um, I don't even know who they go through, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay. So there's not much of like a feel. It's just like the way it looks.
Yeah, just the way it looks.
All right. Next question is from Pierce McKenna. First question, Beast Coast predictions.
Um, I think the top three in Beast Coast would be well, it depends who Boston rolls out with. If Boston doesn't roll out with Mikey, Brandon, and them, then I don't think that they contend.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a completely different team with those two.
yeah. But I think that if other than that, it's gonna be between Atlanta and Long Island. Um,
Atlanta has
like
show now.
Atlanta has show. We have some players that are getting a lot better. So like we won the tournament last year. And I feel like we were challenged a little bit, but I felt like we weren't really like like I was never really threatened of losing that tournament. I never felt like we were at risk. Boston played us in the finals. Bo had a great tournament that tournament, but like I wasn't really concerned. But I definitely do think that Atlanta with Shota is going to be a completely different beast. Um, like it comes to a question like, do I play in front of show or do we play opposite and see who has the better game and like do we just lock each other up and it probably will come down to that. It'll probably it's not going to be me or Shota that's the difference maker in that game. It's going to be the other five
Yeah, agreed.
because it's going to be like who holds who, and like yeah, like he might hold me for one game, I might hold him for another game, but it's going to come down to the other five that are on the court at that point in time. So I think an Atlanta Long Island matchup in the finals is probably my prediction.
Especially if Atlanta brings their actual like full roster that they can have.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And then second question, if you were to be traded to Cloth, what players would be in the deal going to the foam side?
All right, this was an interesting one too.
Yeah, yeah.
It would have to be like a player that was a part of. Actually, perfect. You guys want me? If you want me, you got to give up Quan.
Yeah, you gotta go
It go.
Quan. We want
It's got.
Quan.
It's got to go one for one.
That or Pine.
Yeah, I think that would be the trade.
Yeah, for sure.
Get
Um,
Pine a foam. Oh, Pine already has a foam gold in 2015.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's our gold. But I know he likes foam more.
he does.
Uh, next question is from Shota Barbo. Question for both. What is a skill set you would want to steal from a player?
I thought about this one too. I would want Lucas's flexibility.
Mm, that man can
Lucas is
move.
so super flexible.
Yeah,
He's just like I think if I can like that's actually something that I'm really like trying to learn to dive into is just is stretching and flexibility in this next like years of my life. These next years of my life.
agreed. I would say Elijah's clutch factor.
Yeah, that's also a very
That or Xander's accuracy. It's between those two.
yeah.
Next question. Speaking of Lou, it's from Lucas Boyle. Talk to us about the finals at the thing, the two teams' routes to the finals, what happened in the match, and how you personally responded to adversity. So I guess we'll talk about the finals first.
Yeah. Um again, like we know each other very well. I think outsiders is game well, our routes were very different. Like we placed one as the one seed. And then we got to play New Era first. And when we played New Era first, we were like that. When we played them day one, they we really just put me in front of Grenier, and we were like, anytime Grenier plays, like we're just not gonna let him breathe. And as soon as he throws a ball, Dylan go hit him, and that's exactly what I did. And then they tried to like counter it the first the first game we played them in on elimination day, and they threw three at me early and hit me
Yeah,
and like first game, and then they won, and then we like racked up like nine in a row on them. We just ran them out the gym, and like it just was working. We were clutch. We were playing for each other
yeah,
on shred,
yeah.
and and it also showed like so like I think that it also one thing that I felt like the switch was we there was so much trust in other players. Like everybody was trusting each other. So then we went to playing Misfits, and last time we played Misfits, they actually beat us in an elimination game in semifinals in Minneapolis last year, which still burns my ass. Like I was so pissed off about that. Um, they had Lucas, yeah, but whatever. I still don't think that that's a reason to lose. And we played them. They had some good players. They had Glenn, they had Gage. So their team was definitely a little bit different, but they had some upgrades. And we did the same thing we did to every other team. We ran at them. We just ran teams down and we hit and we were just clutch. And so, but again, Outsiders was dealing with like going through hardest foam. Then they had to go through Howl. They had to go through fast teams too. They had to go through foam, who was like a very tricky at times. And then they also, I think you guys played Hex early in the day, right?
Yeah, Hex was our first game,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is great for
So
us.
yeah. And so like they were up to speed. We were what we thought was up to speed. And then obviously we met in the finals, and um our game plan going into it was to do exactly what we did to every sorry.
Very good.
Do what we did to every other team. So like I don't know if fatigue played into it. I don't know like what it was. I don't know if you guys just game plan better, but we came out a little slow. You guys came out faster, and we were playing. I'm so sorry, Kim. This my my iMessage is attached to this somehow.
No, you're good. While you figure that out, I'll tell my route of
Yeah.
outsiders. We went through Hex first game, which is great for us. We needed like a good team to like start us out in the day, like get us going, get us warm. And then we went to hardest foam, which honestly we thought y'all had the harder side of the bracket. To be honest, I know you said
Really?
I know earlier you said you thought we had the harder bracket. I think with our matchups, I feel like you guys had the harder bracket. Because you guys had like New Era, Mavericks, uh, on that side. So like we didn't want to play those guys, and we had like the fast side. I feel like, but yeah, we went through Hex, hardest foam. That was gonna be a testament for like how we're gonna play for the rest of the day. Like if we could beat them really well, we would have had a good day. Elijah pulled some magic out of his butt and carried us across the finish line.
Yeah, that 1v6 was insane. I was watching it like kind of from afar, and it was just insane.
Yeah, that dude put us in the backpack. At least me. I couldn't even celebrate after because I was like, man, I almost screwed that up bad. And then we beat them. We played Hal. We knew that was gonna be a fast matchup. We just did our best. Like, I mean, that was just how we play. So we just thrive in the chaos.
Yeah.
And then going into the shred match, our thought process was like, shred. I mean, was blowing through teams. They're gonna be hot, and they haven't really faced adversity yet. So we really wanted to make a statement in the first couple matches. Like, we need to punch them in the face, shut them down, and they they will lose composure. And that's kind of what we did. I mean, you guys started off really flat, and we just came out really strong, like you said. And I feel like that really was like set the tone for the rest of the match.
100%. It was just like we game plan to play have you guys play to us, and um obviously Xander's knee wasn't 100,
Yeah,
and you guys just didn't let Jeff play.
yeah.
Like and Jeff was getting out, and then Shota, like the thing was is that I wanted to dictate what I wanted Shota to do to me. It sounds kind of crazy, but I wanted I wanted to like dictate the pace, but he wasn't giving me what I wanted
Yeah.
in the matchup. And then he was doing like it just like there was so many times where he was on the back line and he would do things that were unorthodox that I know he does, but they were working. And then he was just taking many like a bunch of shots at me, and like there was a couple of times where he would just be on the back line and we'd throw in and he'd throw into the trade and I might have got him, but like By the time he got me, he took two other players already, and it's just like they were winning out in the trades. And and the thing was like I wasn't pump faking great towards the like I rewatched it very critically. I wasn't pump faking great in that last matchup. Like I was kind of like lazy on it. I don't know if it was like I said, I don't think it was lazy. I think it was just I wasn't comfortable in the space and you guys were hitting so well. And there was like again, like there was one time where I go to step into a throw and you guys like both counted from both corners and
Yep.
hit me and like just hit me too. Like it was just like I wasn't comfortable at all. And you guys were just closing out games so well. Like it would be like every game there was rarely a time where it was like six players on the court. It was like a 2v2, 3v3s like at the end of the game all the time. You guys were just closing well. And then you guys just had the momentum and you were rolling. And again, we didn't have the adversity day that you guys had and it showed. It showed and like I think your game plan was good. Like you guys, Jeff didn't really get to play, and then like Shota was eating up at his side, and then your middles were just like you guys hit at like 65%. It felt like,
Yeah.
which is just like unheard of, and everyone was hitting 1 through 6. Like the amount of production you guys got out of like Logan and Joe was insane. Like, and that's no like shot at those players because I love those boys and they're like my teammates as well. But when those players are hitting like a one or a two, and they're like a 4, 5, and 6 on a team,
Yeah.
it's insane. Like you're that's a scary team, and you just got so much production from every player, and it was just working. So like again, it was just it's unfortunate, but you need to like teams. I've never lost that bad. Also, like I don't think I've ever lost in the finals by more than like 3 or 4 points.
Yeah.
So that was also a first for me, but it took me a lot, taught me a lot. I downloaded that game and watched it on the plane like a hawk. Like watched it back so many times, watched what I did wrong. And again, iron sharpens iron. Like I'm never gonna like I'm not letting that happen again.
Yeah.
You go ahead, tip your cap, let it and how I respond to adversity, what Lou acts is like you 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 take a moment, you get punched in the face, stay down for a second, understand like how that felt. Why are you down? Why did they punch you in the face? Why were they able to punch you in the face? What did you do wrong? Like look at yourself, look in the mirror. Like that's it's such a hard thing to do when you get punched in the face is go like what did I do wrong? How could I have been better? But you have to. And that's what I'm doing right now and I'm just gonna use that to like not let that ever happen again. And I understand that you guys played your hand and it worked. Now I know how to play to that. And I as a competitor can either rise up and never let it happen again, or I can let you guys do that to me every time I step on the court and just be weak and not change.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Unfortunately, you guys ran into the best outsiders that entire weekend.
yeah,
As a team, that's the best we
Sean,
ever played.
Sean said it too. He's like something. He's like, because it was me, Xander, and Jeff. We were sitting there. And we were like, yo, bro, the two best games I think they've ever played in their life, like outsiders, like your team, is the game against us and Mavs last year at the thing,
Yeah.
and then that game right there. And then Sean goes, something about you three just makes those boys want to kill you
Yeah.
guys. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, man. Like I'm honored that you guys play to that competition and play to that level when you play us because it shows something. But now I want y'all to play to that level and I want to be able to respond. So
Yeah. Gotta love the outsiders shred rivalry.
yeah,
But yeah, I
it's the
was
it's the most wholesome rivalry too.
yeah, we love each
Like it's
other.
crazy because like people tell me all the time they're like, "Yo, you guys aren't you guys like really like you guys are like rivals, right?" I was like, "Yeah, 100%." They're like, "Yeah, but they're shagging for you guys," and I'm like, "Yeah, bro, they're our boys. Like still,
Yeah.
like I can differentiate the two. Like I can hate you on the court and love you once the game ends."
Yeah.
So
100%. I love our little thing we got going.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. Best version of Outsiders that whole weekend, and then individually that was Shota. Shota did all right, but it was mainly Joe, Logan, and Benji. Like that was the best tournament they played, or best game they played all weekend.
Yeah.
And when they're hitting like that, because we always talk about how Shred is like corners will cancel each other out, but it's really the middles or whoever's middles are playing better wins the match when it's our team's playing.
Yeah, for sure. And that's like a lot of times it becomes a battle of the 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah,
Like you're 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, you're gonna do what you do, and like you're gonna get me a couple times. I might get you a couple times, and like my goal is to not let you roll a team.
yeah,
And if I do that, like if I do that against a great corner, an S tier corner, then I did my job.
yeah.
So
And adversity, I mean, we just kept saying it like after the second half or during the second half of the first day when we're getting rolled. I just kept telling us like tomorrow's what matters. Today's we're just getting through the reps. And he does such a great way of leading us as a team, like just picking us up, doing whatever he can, just like make us like mentally okay as a team.
yeah,
Yeah. Such a great tournament. Thank you, Lou. Thank you for all
yeah,
the
yeah, Lou, for real, man. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this tournament enough.
yeah, such a great tournament. I always look forward to it every year.
Yeah,
My favorite tournament of all time.
it's the only one I don't have.
Yeah, you're close though. You're getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
At least you didn't get last.
I don't know what I prefer, man. I don't know what felt better, genuinely. Like obviously the progression felt great. Like the version of Shred we had felt great, but like I
Yeah,
was
first your last anyways.
yeah, that's how I felt. Like I might as well have been fucking 12. Like,
Next question is from Joey Kramer. Why does he think he'll be a great last guest for the podcast?
why do I think?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't think that like that's necessarily how I felt. I just if I'm gonna like if I'm gonna be frank, like I think that I am very blunt and honest, and I really wear my heart on my sleeve. So I think that I think I was also the second guest on this podcast.
Yeah, you were the second.
Yeah. So I thought it was kind of full circle. So I think that that was kind of cool. But I think if anybody's gonna be as honest and like let it fly, like it's probably like me, probably or like somebody like Nate, like that's gonna just tell you exactly how he feels. Um, but more than anything, like I don't necessarily feel like I should have been the last guest. I still wish that this would be a thing. Um, and more than anything, I'm just honored. Like I'm definitely like grateful that you thought of me for the last episode, thought that this would be something that would gain traction or just be a nice closing to a great chapter. And like I'll tell you again, but like Kim, thank you for bringing me on here. Like it's you do so much for the community and you deserve your flowers. So like I appreciate this.
Appreciate that, bro. And I guess my answer to this, Joey, is why I picked Dylan is one, your episode, my second episode on the podcast. I still get people reaching out like, man, I love Dylan's episode so much. It was great. Like that was probably the episode I got the most feedback from, saying like they loved your episode so much. It was great. And especially it being so early on, my second episode, like my first episode were terrible. And to get people to say they loved it so much was great. And then my two top my top two most listened to podcast episodes is You're On It. Like it's you and Shota, and then I think you and Husis. I think somewhere around there, but you were in the top two.
Oh,
So
well, I appreciate that, bro.
of
That
course.
means a lot to me, man.
I mean it just makes sense because like you said, you're very, very blunt and polarizing. And people want to hear the
I,
controversy.
I appreciate that.
But I mean that's why I wanted you on because like you actually say what you want to say.
Yeah, and
Uh
I'm always gonna be that way, man. That's just who I am.
Next question is from Brittany Morales. Dylan, why or what do you think USA Dodgeball could be doing better?
We touched on it earlier, but the feeder system. We
Yeah,
need to get better feeder systems into dodgeball, and that's not a thought that I had going into this, but like I kind of workshopped it as I was talking through it earlier. And I do think that we need we need more youth. We have some youth, but we need more. Um, and I think that yeah, that's the only thing I'll completely like stand on right now. That because every other thing is people are gonna have like counters and stuff too, and like you could talk about like I feel a way about certain judicial stuff and like, but people are gonna feel other ways towards it and like, but I think that everyone can agree that USA Dodgeball needs to be working on getting like younger kids into this and pushing this because we will age out. And if we age out and there's nothing to like, our youth is everything. So,
agreed. Next question is from Andrew Kim. Ask a couple questions. First one, top five dogs in the States, men's and women's list.
okay. Top five dogs in the States. Um, I'm gonna keep myself out of this. Um, but I think I would be there.
No, of course. You're a top dog.
Um, I think across, I don't know if I could just do one overall list for like I could do foam and I could do cloth. I think that the top five and like for foam would be right now would be Hashi one, Show two. I think it switches between Jeff and Xander. Like I think they both have moments where they could be three, and they both have moments where they could be four. I think Jeff is more consistent, but when Xander is on, Xander is godlike.
Yeah.
Um, and then if because genuinely, like if I would put myself in the five, I would. But I think that when we talk about like a top six right now, Kim, like I'm not saying it because you're on the pod right now, but for foam right now, like there's just people like there's just not someone I would fill out my roster with other than you, like or a player that has everything that you have. And right now, you've, in my opinion, have played into that sixth role in my in my heart and in what I would put on a roster because there's not a better sixth player that you can put on a team than you. And it's just because you can do everything that a one, two, and three do, but you can provide value at like doing the roles that a four, five, and six would do, or being that like no matter where you put yourself on a court, it's a value. And it's funny because me and Sean were talking about this because you're a very humble dude.
Yeah.
You're so humble and you're so personable. Like you're just like the sweet, like have this sweet aura around you, but you play cocky as hell. And I was like, Sean, don't let him fool you. Don't let that little grin fool you because he's cocky as hell the way he plays. Like he does, like you do very ballsy, like not arrogant, but like ballsy things on the court. Like you'll go up, it'll be a 1v3 and you'll go up with four balls and throw three of them and then have your last ball and then throw that ball while you're like while and then get a grab,
Yeah.
bring someone in. And like you do things like that, like just being at the line, like getting stuck, getting a big grab, like running up, just trading with their best player, like banging on them and lay back catch. Like you do a lot of things like that. So I would definitely put you right now in that, and you're very clutch. You have that clutch factor. If I had to do some honorable mentions right now, um, I think I put like Lucas. I would put um yeah, I'd probably put Lucas as my honorable mention for that right now.
Yeah.
But if I did cloth, I would go top five cloth dogs would be it would be Quan, it would be Payan, and in the States, like you have to put Mikey on that list.
Yeah.
Jeez, Mikey is just Mikey's one in my eyes,
Agreed.
and then the other people like, and when we say dogs, like I'm thinking of people that are gonna go grind it out. Like I think that and the reason why I'm leaving Chaz off this list is because I think Chaz needs to get the willingness to win and he needs to find that a little bit more. But he's talented enough to be three, four. He's talented enough to be one or two. But as far as players that I just think are going to go out there and get it, I think that he's learning it. But again, like everybody's path is different. But I wouldn't put him on like top five dogs of this list because I know people would be like, he probably deserved it. Um, Who else plays cloth? I, I think. Oh, I'm putting Eric Nelson on this list because I think Eric Nelson plays hard, bro.
Yeah.
I think Eric Nelson plays hard. He wants it, and um, you know who I also think is just such a great cloth player, and he's on the foam list. But if I had to say the best cloth player on that foam list would be Xander.
Mm, yeah. I
And
agree.
so like if I had to put like a player like that, I'd probably put Xander on both lists. Like as far as just have that like dog mentality for it. I probably missing someone that I should have put for the fifth spot. But like players that I just know can go get you a bucket, get you a point,
Yeah.
go get you a body like early on. Um and it takes nothing away from a player that like is talented or can still be a great role player, still have a great role on the team. But like when I think of a dog, like it's somebody that's gonna go get you something. Um like And then if I had to go girls, I'll just for foam right now, I think that the best girls right now are that I see go is KD, Kaylin DeLeon, absolute like just savage, plays hungry, plays angry.
Yeah.
Um you I'll put Alyssa Pandolfi still on that list. I was watching Alyssa Pandolfi play this past weekend and she still is hungry, she still fights.
Yeah.
Um and again, this is not a list of like what I think the best players are. And Um, I put Brenda Kramer on there, and it's just US, it said, right?
Yeah. This is just US. The same questions in the world. So
Okay. US, I put Alyssa Pandolfi, I'll put Brenda Kramer, KD, I'll put I'll put Sam Greco on that list. Sam, if somebody gonna go out there and get you a grab,
yeah.
it's Sam Greco. She's gonna put her body on it for like she is the Hong Kong demon. Like
Yep.
she sends shivers down those Hong Kong girls' spines to this day. So I give it to Sam and um I pro who would I fix out that list with? I'll go it's she's not a phone player, but I'm just gonna put her on the list because I don't think I could do cloth. I
Mhm.
don't think I know enough about cloth. I'm gonna put Allie on that list. Allie will
Mm,
die.
yeah, she will
Allie
die.
will die on that court. And I love Allie for that. Um, she'll really just go out there and die on that court for you. So
Also,
love
body on
that.
the line.
Yeah, body on the line. And if I had to do top five in the world right now, the top
Yep.
five phone players in the world right now are the top five players in the States. Like
100%.
I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill. Like yes, if I had to like take the next five and make like an honorable mention list five, the other players that stick out to me would be um Aaron He, Evan, it would be Rahul. I think Chris Lung is incredibly talented, but I just don't think he works well in a system. I think that it just doesn't like there's so many times where I feel like there's no disrespect. I just see him do selfish things. Um, and then another player
Top
that
five
I
in the
would put,
world.
yeah, in the world.
Eustace, Kalen,
Houston,
Ginting.
I would put. Okay, I could put like a goon thing. I could put a Eustace on that list. Eustace is a dog, bro.
Yeah.
Like Eustace will go out there and fight for you, and that's what I love about Josh so much is he's so willing to just die on the court too. Like he'll go out there, be like, listen, like my calf is messed up right now, so if you like we got to run right now, let's run it. But like if I'm running. and I'm giving this pitch, we're throwing this shit. Like, don't like if we're gonna give it some, if we're gonna give it our all, let's give it our all. And Eustace was a big reason why we played so well at API.
Yeah.
So like, I definitely would give Eustace that. I think Kalen is super talented, but I think I've seen Kalen go a little quiet in big moments.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I see Eustace like get muted out ever.
Yeah.
So
He'll still be barking.
yeah, and be trying to die on that court.
Sure. But yeah, I agree. The core five that you guys have on the phone squad is like unbeatable.
Yeah. So I just and I do feel that way. Like and if you know what, at the end of the day, like if people want to prove me wrong, you got a chance at Worlds. You want to shut me up at Worlds. Shut me up at API. Like I'm if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'm an accountable man. But like as what I see right now, I just don't see players that like are better. Like and it's just what I feel.
Yeah.
And love it or hate it.
Yeah. Agreed. And then third question from Andrew. What are you looking forward to seeing at Selection Camp this month?
I'm looking forward to the bubble players, like a couple of them. Like I'm looking for like Andrew. Andrew barely made that NAC team, and ever since he's played at NAC, he has skyrocketed up to being a player like that. Looks like if he goes to selection camps the way he's playing, he's gonna make the team.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to players like that going out there and like cementing why they deserve a spot right now. Like and again, everyone's got to go out there and earn their spot, but like for certain players, like you kind of know where you stand. Now, those bubble players, like it's gonna show who's got that dog in them. Like, yo, like if I don't show up today, I don't make this team. Like that's pressure.
Yeah.
I want to see who cracks. Like pressure make diamonds, but like let's see if you gonna crack under it. Like it's you gonna do one or two things. You gonna crack or you gonna rise to the occasion. And
100%.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. Shout out Andrew Kim.
Yeah, for real.
Must be that Asian genetics. We just excel.
Shoulder came up to me. He was like, "Hey, bro, just because you have an Asian on your team doesn't mean you guys can bow."
Next question is from Glenn Spacer. First one, when can we expect the cloth god to walk the cloth path for the Team USA program?
Um, I'm gonna do the Nate Kreider
Mm.
pathway. Go on my way out.
Yeah. And then the second one, do you consider coaching on the horizon?
I would love to coach one day. I know that there's a lot that I would bring to an organization or a team that would be beneficial. I also know that it can be a little bit, I possess some qualities that may make the higher ups in USA cringe a little bit because not cringe, but like flinch a little bit because of who I am as a person. I know I have a lot to work on, and that's also like why I'm not even putting I don't think I'm gonna even like try to put my name in for a captaincy for foam because I have a lot to work on. And I think that I have like qualities that would be great, but I do need a lot of polishing. And if I do want to coach one day, like I have to more than anything lead by example. And I have moments of where I like moments where I'm human and I make mistakes and I can realize them, but I just want to when I get to that point where I'm like I want to coach that I don't feel that way anymore. I don't feel like it's a zero. I feel like it's a 0% chance of me doing something that would get my team into something or get us a card or so like there's things to take into consideration. Like yes, I'm very passionate, which would help players, but also I need to be able to be the best version of myself in those moments. And right now I don't know if I am. So I know that I need a little bit of work. I need a little bit of refining. So I'll be working on those things in the meantime. And if it gets there and I'm there, then yeah, I would love to step into it. But if it's not, then it's not in the works for me. But it definitely is something I would love to do one day.
Uh, and then next billion questions are from Justin Thomas. He asked you a ton. So strap in. He also has two secret questions in here that I didn't put it on, so be ready for those as well. Um, First one, Dylan, it feels like a lifetime of dodgeball has happened since you were last on the rushdown. We're fresh off the thing 2026 in Seattle, and I have to be honest, the only reason I finally made the trip out there was because of you. You told me it was the hardest tournament of the calendar, and man, you weren't kidding. I'm super happy I went and had the opportunity to help Lou and Seattle Dodgeball. Or yeah, I had the opportunity to help Lou and Seattle Dodgeball. Um, I mean, shout out Justin. He's made such an impact in the little time he's already been here.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything you do, Justin. Don't burn yourself out, please.
Yeah, please. Please, Justin, keep working. It's crazy that he just walked into the gym and was on my draft team one season. And ever since then he's been like a staple in the community doing what he's doing. So
Yeah. So the first question, in your eyes, what is it about the atmosphere or the level of play in Seattle that makes the thing the ultimate gauntlet?
it's invite only. You have to get an invite first. Then you have to go and compete. Now you have to compete against the best club teams in North America. The United States right now, we set the we make the meta. So like we make the meta of what dodgeball is, and the world follows suit. As of right now, it's that's what's happening.
No.
So our teams are playing at such a high level exchanges, like, and other teams are adapting. You have other teams like How, who a team that came in that was from a bunch of different like misfit teams, not like misfits, but like a bunch of like scraps of different teams, and created a great team and made a great run into the thing that are like are going with the meta. And it's it's again, it's iron sharpening iron. Like these teams that are seeing what's happening in the States and seeing from like watching matchups like Outsiders and Shred, and then bringing him back to their club teams. And then when they, because we play each other so much, it's all the other club teams are rising to the occasion and rising to that level of play. And now when you make this tournament where it's invite only and you only can get invited to this, now the stakes are higher. And then the best teams from Canada get invited to, the stakes are higher. So now everybody's going to this one tournament to prove who's the best. And there's also like individual like matchups that like I've been talking with Dan Holzer for years. He was like, wait till we get New Era to this team to the thing. Wait till we get New Era to the thing. And I'd be like, bro, I'm letting you know if New Era gets to the thing, we're gonna wax him. And
That's crazy.
he's like that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. And like I love Dan Holzer to death. I love some of those New Era boys to death too. But like that's how I felt. Like I was confident that we were gonna wax them. Like, and we went out there and we put it to the test.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of teams that don't get it. And then again, like we play each other in the States a lot, but now we have, and the Canadians play each other a lot too. And only like teams like that go to the international stuff have the opportunity to play each other across borders. But now it's like, all right, now you got Hal playing against Grizzlies, and it's like, all right, like Grizzlies gives Shred a run for their money a lot, and but now you got to play how, like, and this team might run you out the gym.
Yeah.
Like, how do you? It's a bunch of adversity. It's a bunch of stuff that you're not used to, and these teams are just constantly getting better, and then you see a different team, and you have to be able to adapt. So that's what just makes it like such a. That's the environment that it is, and it's just everything feels important.
Agreed. Yeah, walking in the gym knowing that you're about to play the best of the best in North America is like already like a crazy thing to think about.
Yeah, for sure.
Second question. You and the rest of Shred were absolutely flying this weekend. You secured the number one seed in round robin, which is no small feat in the field. Walk us through the weekend for Shred and what was clicking for you guys on the court. And on the flip side, where did you feel the pressure?
Um, Everything was just clicking. What like again, we were playing for each other, and like I kind of touched on it earlier, but also that's something that I struggled with before because like I almost felt like I came, I had to be the one. I just had so much trust in myself that I was like, I got to be the one to do it. And that's not the truth. Like you don't always have to be the one to do it. You have to be able to orchestrate around you, and you have to be able to set up opportunities for your other teammates to be great. And that's what we were doing. We were trusting in our teammates, and Um, I know a lot of the buy-in also came from me, and that was a big switch. And like I had my personal issues, and like we've worked through them, and but like I know a lot of that stems from the guys on your team. Like the guys on your team have to play by example. And if I'm going out there and I'm being lazy on a pump fake to not set up someone to throw, what kind of message does that show? And that's things that we were doing and things I was doing personally. So like going out there and I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna give everything that I can give for my brother to get an opportunity right now. If we're running at somebody like, and if I can give him a better setup and he has a crazy highlight, then that's what we do right now. And we live and die by that. And that's what we did. We lived and died by our strategy. We lived and died by our play style. And yeah, it was ultimately a defeat in the finals. But again, I still take that as progression for the team.
Agreed. And now that the dust has settled, what's the roadmap look like for Shred moving forward?
Stick to the plan, man. Like stick to the plan. I want to play you guys again. Like I want to play outsiders every single time. I
Yeah,
didn't want Howell to win. I would not have felt satisfied. I swear to God, I would not have felt satisfied if we would have won the thing and you guys lost to Howell.
yeah,
I wanted you guys in the finals. And that's why when we were on different sides, I was like, the table is set.
yeah,
The stage is set. Stage is set. Let's do it. Like, and I'd rather have lost, like as crazy as that sounds, like it would have felt, it feels better to know that we lost in the finals than to have beaten a team that I felt like gave it to us. Like I wanted to earn it. Yeah, a medal is a medal, but like it's deeper than that right now for me.
yeah, yeah. I remember when we saw the bracket, we were like, "Oh, we got it. It's gonna be the finals between us." We always look forward for a Shred and Outsiders final.
Yeah, because there's so many of them,
Yeah,
and it's crazy. That's the first foam finals you guys beat us in.
yeah, it's crazy.
Ah,
It's been a minute.
it's literally the only foam finals that you guys have beaten us in, and you guys wax us belt to ass the whole finals.
That is crazy to think about. We always had this thing where you guys don't want to play us in the anytime before finals, but you guys wanted to play us in the finals.
Yes, bro, because like we've won historically in the finals.
Yeah, crazy. All right. First secret dare that Justin has for you.
Jesus.
All right, it's time to shift gears. Dylan, you're on the clock. You have exactly 60 seconds to sprint and find the favorite jersey you have ever traded. If you aren't back in front of this mic with that jersey 1 minute, the listeners and I are going to be crushed. You ready?
Oh God.
Go.
Yeah. What if I wasn't home?
I know that would have sucked. Right. Clock's going. Uh Again, thank you, Justin. You always put out the best questions. Give me an essay of questions, little dares for people. It's great. Um, but again, thank you to everyone that sent questions. I can't believe this is my last guest, one of my second to last episode, and I appreciate everyone that's been there. Love every one of you. It's been such a great ride. I mean, I'll talk more about this in my episode next. Um, but yeah, he's
Ugh.
back. 38 seconds.
Okay.
What you
So
got?
I brought a meme one and I brought
Okay.
a real one. And I touched
Uh,
on the jersey earlier.
he goes, give us the backstory on this one. Now, two, who did you snag this from, and why does it hold the top spot in your collection?
So the pink, the pink Bears jersey with with no name on the back,
Nothing on the back.
nothing on the back. It's actually Desmond's jersey. Um, he gave it to Xander, and because at API, Xander was a drunk fool, and I took care of him. Xander gifted me this Bears jersey.
Oh,
So like it also like, and me and Xander we've always had like a great relationship, but we've had our ups and downs.
yeah.
Um, I think it was API was like a very good time where me and Xander like finally clicked and like we knew we loved each other, but like we like cemented a friendship or like cemented that brotherhood completely over there in API, and it felt that way. So it it's my favorite jersey to wear. I was saying it earlier. Like it's baggy as hell. It's big. I'll tell you the company right now. It's called Activo.
Mm, Interesting.
Activo.
Crazy
I
that's just blank
yeah
on the back.
yeah. That's also why I like it because people are like this was what I was wearing in at kickoff,
Yeah.
but I brought this jersey too.
Oh my gosh. If you don't can't see it, it's a Puerto Rico jersey.
So I thought it was funny because obviously like there was the whole nonsense going on at NAC
Yeah.
and no one really had Puerto Rico trades and I obviously Joel
Mhm.
um he was playing with the Puerto Rico team and he's known to be like very Puerto Rican as in like he wears the Puerto Rican flags out of his pockets and whatnot. So
Yeah.
and he knows that I'm Puerto Rican as well. So when he seen me, like, he was like, he orchestrated earlier in the day before anything that we were doing a jersey trade. And I think that I'm one of the only people that have one of these.
Yes.
So it's definitely, and I still have never pulled it out yet, but it's just sitting in my closet collecting dust. But it's definitely one of my favorites. And like even in a sentimental like way, like it's like this is where I'm from, like so it was definitely a very like sentimental thing as far as like seeing like I wear it sometimes like I wear it for wear your flag day to one of my school events, so different stuff like that is cool. Like I'll probably wear it to the parade or something, go out there with my people, but
Yeah, you gotta wear it at a Dodgeball event sometime.
yeah,
Maybe pull it out at Worlds during the
yeah.
opening ceremony. Cheer them on.
I really wanted one at Worlds too, but I
Yeah.
just I didn't I wasn't allowed to, well, I was instructed to not talk to the
Yeah,
team. So
I bet. I bet. Third question. I mean, great secret dare. He's done that twice now for me, for my guest. Third question. API, Asian Pacific Invitational, is looming on the horizon. That's a completely different beast. How does your training and mental prep change when you're transitioning from a standard tour event to an international style invitational?
um it's a grind. API is a grind. Like there's an argument to be made that the thing is just as hard. And I agree with it. But API is like you really have to be perfect at times. And like you're playing certain teams, like you're playing teams you've never played before, so like the composure has to be there. I think it's more mentally tough than it is anything else. Actually, that's a lie. It's physically tough as hell too. Like
Especially if you're doing
we
all
played,
divisions.
yeah, me and Shota played every single division, and we were like we were sitting here switching jerseys off, switching back into jerseys, like wearing jerseys that like it's a tough day when you're putting a jersey on, and before you even put the jersey on, you just smell the Tiger Bomb that was previously on this jersey, and like you're wearing like a semi sweat through jersey that
Mhm.
has now dried, and you're like now you're looking through your bag to find a new one because you brought extras, and like you're wearing the wrong jersey because you didn't have enough time to go change. Like that tournament is rough. Like it's rough. And you really have to be a dog to get through that tournament. And we that tournament was very tough in 24 or 24. Yeah, 2024. That tournament was so tough in 2024 in Sydney, and it was just foam. And then we did it in New Zealand and it was foam and cloth.
Yeah.
And we played two gold medal matches, like basically back to back. So definitely, like, it's definitely a grind. It's definitely something that you have to like prepare your body for. When I go into big tournaments like that, I I try to like get my stamina up. Like right now, I'm fighting off of some personal medical things that I was dealing with. But like what I typically would do is I would run a lot, but I would run sprints. So like if I was running on the treadmill per se, I would go and I would be like, all right, I'm gonna run 4 miles, but I'm gonna like do intervals of sprints. So like I would do like a minute and a half sprint. Like I'll sprint for a minute and a half, or I'd sprint that quarter mile and then I would walk a tenth of a mile, and then I'd sprint another quarter mile, a walk a tenth of a mile, and like I would keep doing stuff like that to kind of give me like simulations of like playing like a hard 3 minute game, taking a 10-second rest, taking a 20-second rest, like sprints, stuff like that. And then just complete rest like the week or two leading up into a big tournament. You don't want to go into that tournament like with your arm with like if you have a pitch count per se and you're walking into that tournament and your pitch count is lower because you played the weekend before, it's like you're eventually gonna like you're gonna drop off quicker in that tournament. You want to be super fresh.
Yeah.
So I think that that's probably how I would prepare. And then just like being ready to like just stay mentally locked.
Yeah. Agreed. And the follow-up question to that is the energy at API is always different. Are there specific players or international matchups you've been eyeing for a rematch?
Prime,
Prime. Oh gosh.
prime. And like, yeah, it's gonna be a little heartbreaking that for men's foam this year, me and Shota split. Well,
Yeah.
like me, Xander and Shota have played every API together. Um, and this one, Shota and Hustis will be playing on Outsiders, and me and Xander will be playing on Shred. So obviously, we wanted that matchup together. I'll be playing with Shota for the other three divisions. Um, so I'm playing. We're doing Shred Siders for Cloth,
Yeah.
and then I'm playing on Outsiders for both mixed divisions.
Oh, nice.
So
That's me dope.
yeah, that's good. That's gonna be interesting playing mixed like me Hashi
Mihashi
Show.
Shota. That's me a
Yeah,
dangerous mix squad.
yeah. So definitely looking forward to that. But definitely Prime. I definitely want my rematch. I want to play um that Orcus team again in
Mm,
mixed.
yeah. That
I
was
want to play that
heartbreaking.
Orcus. Yeah, I want to play that Orcus team in mixed. We just came off of like a heartbreaking loss in mixed cloth for Brick Squad, and then we played them, and then they just waxed us. So like, but that's not happening again.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm just so much more composed as a player than I was at API. So it and also adding Shota and Hashi into that mix, like,
Yeah.
is gonna be gross. So
RP Petrol.
yeah, word.
Fourth question. Everything is leading towards USA Dodgeball Nationals in Chicago this September. This season has seen some significant shifts in the rulebook and tournament structures. Now that we've had a few months to live with them, how are you feeling about the new rule changes?
They're emulating what the WDBF book is doing. So like, I'm all for them.
Yeah,
Like I'm always all for the right changes.
yeah. What's working for the sport, and what do you think still needs some fine tuning?
Um, I definitely think that and I'll touch on that more with one of Dustin's questions, but I think that the community and the way that we are about certain things need fine tuning. I think our competitive spirit needs fine tuning. Um, and I think that again, the feeder system needs not just fine tuning, complete tuning. Like we need to throw the old system out and get a new one and develop one. And like and do I have the answers? No. So am I like, but that's necessary, like not necessarily what like I do for dodgeball. So but I'm interested in seeing what people think. Like how do we get younger players, and always interested for the conversation.
And specifically regarding the schedule, do you think there's a place for placement matches at a high stakes events like nationals?
I think like I don't like placement matches necessarily because I think that it takes away from the viewing of final events and stuff like that. And like I tend to like love playing when I have a crowd versus when I don't. Like it's sometimes just deflating.
Yeah.
So I definitely just wish that we at nationals make it like at API they make this they make finals such a grand event and everybody's so excited to play it and there's bean bags and they make it a sport that people want to watch. At USA round sometimes they're just like, oh, the finals are over there. Everybody everybody's like going to the after party and shit or and like it's that's boring.
Yeah,
It's corny to me, to be honest.
yeah, yeah. A great example is our finals in Minnesota for cloth was brutal.
There was like five people there.
It was crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the fifth question from Justin. I want to get a bit more personal. Looking back at this past year, who was a player, someone not from the Long Island dodgeball scene that you've grown close to or really come to appreciate on a personal level? And follow up, have you ever actually ever told him that?
Um, I think who I would say who I've gotten the closest with in the past year is, and I think I have told him that this person means so much to me because of he's just very morally sound and kind of helps me with different things that I feel. There's two actually answers right now. Would be DeMonte, DeMonte and Andrew Kim. DeMonte and Andrew Kim have both been a person that I can vent to in moments and kind of just be vulnerable with.
Yeah,
And they don't respond with criticism. They don't respond with even opinion sometimes. They just kind of help me work out my shit. And there's so many times where I hit up Andrew Kim about the dumbest stuff, like, yo, bro, you think I like these sneakers? And he's like, well, the way you play, I don't really think so. And Andrew Kim will do stuff like that with me. Andrew Kim has also helped me with a bunch of stuff that I've I felt towards players. I felt and even been pretty good at keeping me accountable even in moments like, Dylon, I don't think that that's necessarily what you should be doing, but I get why you feel that way. And those two players have been staples in my journey in the past year. The other players that were already staples, they're still staples. But new people, I would have to say that have grown closer to me and closer into my heart would be those two.
yeah. And now the final dare from Justin. Well, Dylon, it's your lucky day. We're going to give them their flowers right now. I need you to put that person, one of the two, on speakerphone and tell them exactly what they mean to you. The catch is you can't mention this for a podcast. You just have to be real with them and let the moment happen. If they don't pick up, you're calling one more time and then you're leaving a heartfelt voicemail.
Okay, I
So
got this. I'm gonna go Andrew first.
he's 100% picking up at midnight. No, he's asleep.
Let's see.
Oh, he's sleepies.
He's sleepy.
Hey, this is Andrew. Sorry I didn't answer your call. If you leave your name and number, I'll get back to you soon.
Oh, one more time.
Name and number. How professional.
I know, bro, right? Let's see. I
He's
call
got
Andrew. I actually call Andrew often, but it was always about fucking sneakers and shit.
he's got to pick up, right? You called twice now?
Yeah. If you don't
Yeah,
pick up, you don't love me, bro.
for real. Could be dying.
Or he's at Wawa?
This is Andrew. Sorry I didn't
Okay.
answer your call.
Damn.
If you leave your name and number, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Bye.
Yo, it was a good dickhead. Um, just calling to tell you that I love you, bro. And I just wanted to tell you that there's been a lot of changes in my life in the past year. I'm glad that you're one of them, and you've been very, very much so a staple in my life as far as people that I can vent to, and you've helped me out a lot with these sneakers and shit. So I was just talking to someone and they reminded me to tell people that I love them. All right. So fuck you.
That was amazing. That was so cute.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Justin for those questions
Yes, sir.
and those dares too. Great. Now moving on to Facebook questions.
Let's do it.
Uh, First questions are from Dustin Harwood. First one, name your top 5 favorite dogs. I think he means actual dog breeds.
Yeah, I wrote them down.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I would say pit bulls are my favorite dog, but I have four Maltipoos, so they would probably be my second favorite dog right now.
Yeah.
Like I had a mom and a dad, and they had two litters, and I kept one from each. So I love Maltipoos. They're very smart dogs, and I feel like if you train them correctly, they're not barky, they're not like annoying. Like my dogs are my best friends. So I love golden doodles.
Mm.
Golden doodles are just big idiots. Um, I love poodles. I love Dobermans. And then if I would have to put like a honorable mention, probably Huskies. I think
Mm.
Huskies are sick.
Yeah, I was just wish like
Yeah.
pit bulls are so cute though.
Yeah. And also maybe an honorable mention would be like Shetland dogs. Like I had a Shetland sheepdog when I was younger and um she was the cutest thing in the world, looked like a Lassie dog. So very smart dogs too.
Yeah. Second question. When will Bo be beaten at no sting? Bo actually answers this question for you. Never, because I'm never playing that again.
Bo would get guilted into playing those things if because we might run back our
Like,
mean like locos
yeah,
team that we play at nationals with for mixing those thing. And if I asked him to play, he'd play. He's lying.
100%. He's got to defend it.
Yeah. I think
The
that we're gonna start treating nose thing how people used to treat pinch, like making meme teams just to go play.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's gotten to that point.
Yeah.
We used to look forward to those things because 8.5 is the ball type.
Yeah.
Third question. As someone who strives to be a leader of his teams and of Team USA, what qualities do you hope to embody and what qualities do you actively work on? And who do you look up to in this regard?
I definitely look up to Nate. I even in a sense look up to like Eli, how he does it with outsiders. He the qualities that I look for are accountability, um, being self-aware, never like understanding that like no matter what you're like winning is bigger than you, like the team is bigger than you, like you are not the only reason that this team exists, no matter how talented you are, like um and always being able to check your ego. Like the things that I'm working on are probably all of those things. Like at the end of the day, like people choose like trust me to lead them in moments and like I guess I'm one of the voices of this generation of dodgeball and the players that are like playing now and people like come to me with stuff and I'm honored and I'm like I never take that for like I'll never take that for granted. But I would be lying if I said that I'm like I've struggled with leading in the past like year or two. Like I've struggled with being leading by example and like there's times where I think in the past like 6 months I've made more strides as a player and as a captain than I've ever have. But it also just shows you that like you're never too old. It's never too late to grow. It's never too late to be accountable and understand your faults. Like you're not perfect, and it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to go out there and fuck up. Like it's okay to go out there and not be the best version of yourself. Just be accountable about it. So
Yeah, I wish you were able to play with Nate at some point.
yeah, man, me too.
Yeah,
Nate's he's like I played regular tournaments, but I wish I would have played a world's tour with him.
yeah, that was great. That was such a wonderful experience I got to have, like playing with Nate a full year.
Yeah.
And then fourth question. as a player who is known for friendly trash talking on the court. Can you talk about your experience a bit? Why do you feel like this is an important part of the game? How hard is it to walk that line?
It's super hard to walk that line first and foremost. And it's I grew up in I grew up with an athletic background. I did everything at the highest level I could do it at. Like when I played sports, I played every travel league. I played in college prep ball. I played in like I traveled competitively and nationwide for volleyball when I was younger. I wrestled state. I mean, I wrestled states. Like I did everything at its highest level that I was able to compete at growing up. And in all these sports, maybe just in New York particularly, we grew up talking shit on the court. Even when I played football, when I played basketball, when I played anything, the sports culture I grew up around was surrounded with people talking trash. And it's one or two things. Like if people are talking trash, be better. And that's what I always like took it as. Because you never see me when a team is running their mouth, you never see me get in my feelings about it. It just gets me angry inside and I want to play better. Perfect example. When you guys were putting belt to ass against us in the finals, you guys were running your mouths. You guys were celebrating, talking shit, doing this, that, and the third, flipping the balls up in the air, saying X, Y, and Z. I remember every single moment of that. Did it burn my soul every single time? Yes. Did I say a word about it? No. And Logan came up to me because I know like Xander and Jeff were feeling whatever. And we told them, like, yo, bro, you can't feel that way right now. Because at the end of the day, if we were doing that to them, I would be running my mouth too. You would be running your mouth too. And Logan came up to me at the end of the game with Joe, and he was like, "Yo, guys, like Dale, I just want to let you know, like, we were just celebrating, like, it wasn't anything personal." And I looked at him and I said, "Bro, that shit, like, you don't need to apologize to me. I'm upset right now because we lost. I'm not like upset about the way you were talking shit and like throwing the ball up." Joe was like, "This is my house, like our house, like da da da." Like, and yeah, go ahead, take your moment, celebrate it, because I remember everything that you said. And now that's gonna just fuel me. I didn't want you guys to talk shit anymore. I could have went out there and beat you guys, or Shred could have went out there and beat you guys per se. We didn't. So shut up and lick your wounds and get better. And that's how I grew up with everything. I'm the youngest sibling on my mom's side of like 11 or 12 of us, and we all basically were raised in one house. And I genuinely think that I became the best athlete out of the family because I was the youngest and I had to try to play up and play with them and they would talk crap to me and X, Y, and Z, like be very like discouraging to me with trash talk. And it made me get better. I could do one or two things. I could run inside and cry, or I could get better. I think a lot of players in dodgeball don't come from athletic backgrounds, and they don't come up in sports culture. And I think that that's why they look at trash talking as this is, oh guys, this is like they play in their social leagues in at back home and it's social. Like I'm not at social leagues running my mouth, celebrating, flexing every time I hit somebody either because it's social leagues and I have enough discernment to know when the stakes are high or when the competition is at its peak and I'm in it and I'm indulged in it that I can be as competitive and I can want to talk crap and talk trash. Like I know when the right time is the right time, or like if we're at a tour stop and we're playing and like the stakes are high or something crazy happens, yes, I would I would celebrate it, I would flaunt it. Also, because people don't have that athletic background and they didn't come up in that, that's why they take it as disrespectful. But at the end of the day, like when we played you guys at the end, like you guys talk crap, we walked over, we sat down tables next to each other and talked about stuff. Like, congratulations, guys. You know, we love you, this, that, and the third. Game is the game, and like whatever, and it's good for the sport, it's good for viewership. Why are we carding people for celebrating? For real, like, and genuinely, this is how I feel about this. And it's like, again, like I'm not trying to like come at any of people on the board or for however you think that the disciplinary stuff should go. But I just don't think that people should be getting cards for doing something that in every sport they do. Football, and like we want our sport to be taken seriously. In the best of the best sports, what do you see players do? They score a touchdown. What do? Touchdown dance. Like I grew up looking up to these athletes. I still look up to these athletes. You see Ant Edwards posterize some dude and turn around and say something to him, talk crap. Like, yeah, there's a line. Like if he turned around and smacked the dude, then yeah, find him, kick him out for a couple of games. Like there's that's how I look at sports, and I just grew up that way. And I always will look at sports that way. But in dodgeball, we have this thing where we can beat people, but we can't like be complete competitors about it. We have to like beat their ass and then give them a hug. And it's like also rivalry is good for the sport. Like honestly, when like we had all of our beef with the anarchy stuff and whatnot, it was good for the sport. It made the finals mean something.
Yeah.
Do I think that that rivalry particularly was healthy? No. And I understand why we got in trouble for certain things that we did and like whatever happened. Like I can take accountability for all the wrongdoings that I've done. But like it's still good for the sport. Yankees, Red Sox rivalries, they're good for the sport. Like stuff like that is good for the sport. And I'll stand on that. So it's very hard to teeter that line. It's very hard to deal with that line. I think that it's being shown like having a showman on the team is good for viewers. It's why do you think Shota gets so much love? You think if Shota was boring, he would get as much love as he gets? No, he's a showman. Like like he plays with bravado. And I came into this game playing the same exact way. Like I came in as Kill the Comp. I was running my mouth. I was talking crap. Kim, you can attest to it.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I was running my mouth the same way I do to this day. This like the trash talking. Or like and it's not even like I turn around and catch somebody. I'm like, you suck. I've never done that. Like it's like I catch a ball, like don't throw the ball at me. You know better than this. Like it's bravado. And I came into the game the same way, and that's why I play the game the same way to this day. Only thing that got is different is I've elevated to a point where I'm under a microscope, and people see me under this microscope now, and there's more opportunities for people to say things. But I've always been this way. So changing that really was hard for me to do with my competitive edge, and I struggled with my competitive edge with it. Like I had to like figure out how to like be in the game and not toxic to what they people would deem as toxic and would could get a card like so I had to I'm still struggling to find it, but that's really like how I feel, and I'm just trying to like find that healthy balance of it now.
Yeah. And the follow-up question to that is, do you have any advice for other players who also choose to play this way?
Genuinely don't, man. Like I don't if you can pull it out your game, don't even right now like put yourself in that margin of it because I it's more of a headache right now than it is an asset. So I like yeah, like the one thing I've been doing, and this has been helping, is when I celebrate, I just completely have been celebrating to my team. And that's what they'll tell you at Worlds, and that's what I was doing at Worlds just to like avoid the cards. But like there's nothing like m more satisfying for me to view than when I'm watching a sport and you see a dude just get posterized and he just turns and looks at him like while he's walking back and turns around and like points or something. Like it just shows like or a dude gets mossed in the end zone and he throws the football and just looks at him like staring him down, like or a catcher throws somebody out running a second, throws his has his mask in his hand and just staring down the runner. Don't run on me. Like that's I find that part of sports fly as hell. And some people don't. And I just think it's a lack of where their sports backgrounds come from and or maybe my upbringing. And that's why I've changed the way I've been about it because I just don't want the trouble or the headache no more. And like I respect and I also respect the fact that like the people on the board and the people doing the judiciary stuff like have to like or the disciplinary stuff have to like figure out a way to be fair about it. Yeah, like my gripe's not with you guys. It's not with anyone particularly. It's just the overall like demeanor of the way we look at bravado in the sport.
I know what you mean. Shower cloth.
Yeah, point at anything ready to get executed on the court.
Next question is from Jeremy Bizzle. You have always stood out to me as a strong leader and someone whom, whenever they speak, people always listen. Who or what inspires you to be such a genuine leader?
Yeah, I think I touched on that a little bit. Like obviously Nate, obviously people who keep me accountable, like Sean, like Quan, they always like keep me accountable. And I don't necessarily want to be a leader or try to be a leader. I just I just really am who I am. And that's why I've gotten in trouble. That's why I've gotten into stuff before. That's why I've been in hot water before and I am in hot water. Like and that's why like I get the criticisms, I get the way people view me, but like I just am who I am. And for so long, I grew up around, and not even to get personal with it, but like I grew up around a lot of racist kids that were horrible to me, and I wasn't who I was, and I used to pretend to be someone who I wasn't. So once I earned my stripes and I figured like I learned how to be my own man and I learned how to be who I actually am inside, I never let it go, and I'd rather step away from something than to be someone who I'm not. Yes, I can always get better and I can always refine how to and have better discernment on when to do things, but I refuse to not be who I am. So like maybe it's the authenticity of like the things that I'm saying, but it's just genuinely who I am.
Beautiful. Next question is from Randy Hodge. Ask a couple questions. First one, what did competing with Team USA in the 2024 championship teach you about high level dodgeball?
Man, play your role. It just it showed me to play my role. Like yeah, you could be a star on your team, but like you come onto this Team USA stuff, like that stuff's got to go. Like you want to win. Like what's more important, like being a star or winning a gold?
Yeah.
And we like that amount of talent we had on that team, we had to like you had to be selfless.
Second question, how does the intensity of international play differ from league or local competition?
Um, composure. Like the composure, like your composure has to remain like airtight at all times. Like at API, like we were down 3-0 or down 2-0 or something like that, or 3-1 in the finals, and I was never worried because we were gonna figure it out. And like the team that stays the most composed normally wins. And at Worlds, like staying composed and understanding like, all right, Canada just went up 3-0 on us. And now this is the first time we've even lost a point in days. But like, what do we do? Stay composed. So
That was such a crazy game.
yeah. Shout out Dylan Clark Oden for that game. That was such an important game for me.
Yeah. He pulled you in, right? He pulled himself out.
Yeah. He knew that I could survive better than him in that moment. So he put me in and like I started shining. So it was also a big moment for me.
Third question from Randy. What advice would you give to players trying to reach the level you've competed at?
Um, like you have to have that why, like, and not even to sound like all motivational speaker like Eric Thomas and all, but you need to have a why. My why, I had two, I had, I I shagged during that Canadian um quarterfinals in 2022. Like I wasn't wearing a USA jersey because we needed shaggers. Like my why was huge. Like I had something that I had a fire under my ass. So my advice to players is like, is your why big enough? Like why do you really want this right now? Like what does this mean to you? Like do you want to be one of the best players in the world? Are you hungry to be like like what are you trying to what are you trying to accomplish? And if you want to be one of the best in the world and you have that drive, then yeah, like go for it. But you have to be hungry. Like I didn't do anything that was out of this world. I just stayed hungry. I went to stuff and I was like, all right, how do I get better? How do I get my throw better? And then I was coming off of injuries and stuff. I lost 55 pounds. Like I I dedicated myself to certain aspects of like I was accountable. I was very self-aware. Damn, I'm fat. Like, gotta drop some weight. Like,
That's crazy. You lost 55 pounds. That was
yeah, it
wild.
sucked.
Yeah.
I just started my cut now because I was coming off of some health stuff.
Yeah.
I started my cut now, and I was like, damn, I forgot that this shit sucks.
Yeah. Always starving.
Yeah.
Fourth question. What areas of your game are you still working to improve?
Um, Late game like decisions, as in like we were talking about this, me and Sean in the hot tub actually in Seattle, and it was like basically like if I don't take this throw at said player, what else can be done? What other opportunity can be like presented to get that same player out? And if you were to look at both of those options, which one is the better one? And being able to make that decision quickly. Like that is one thing I like. I'm really like the alternate choice. Like which one is better? And like it's just like high level dodgeball. And you don't it's like just like being able to like see things and read things. And honestly, my pump fakes. I don't I was such a when I started playing corner, I was playing a lot of rec dodgeball, and I realized this is one thing I can tell a lot of people too. Once you get good and you get into you're a corner on your rec team, do not develop bad habits. I've never had a problem pump faking. I was always very good with like making sure people bit on my pumps. Then I got a ball and I thought in my mind like I am now valuable because now I have a ball every time. Like everyone trusts me with this ball. So now I am valuable. Now I don't have to do the same things that I was doing as a middle, which would be pump faking, setting people up. And in rec, I had to play hero ball at times to win. Can't give up this ball because if I throw this ball, they're going to throw three at me. But if I hold this ball, they throw, then I can take my opportunity later on. And I started developing bad habits from that. Like not coming all the way up to the line because I know that they're just going to send a player at me to try to hit me because if they hit me, the game is over
Yeah.
in rec. And then I bled those things onto my club teams. And like players do that often, like players do bad habits bleed into their club teams and stuff. But that's one thing I can tell you to like be careful with. Once you get, and also just because like you're playing corner doesn't mean like you were less valuable when you were playing middle. Middles win games. Middles win championships. So like don't just think that you need to be in corner to be valuable. So
Great answer. Um, Next question. Marco Stokes. How much Bo loves Sting?
um he love it a lot, man. He love it a lot. There's times where he just sends me a picture of a no sting ball just oiled up.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, Bo, chill out, bro. Like it's 9 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Straight gooning for no sting.
Gooning for the gooning for this thing.
Next question is from Luke Finder. Both of you, what are some of your favorite jerseys all time in the dodgeball world?
Okay. I wrote some of my favorite right now. I said the Fortune jersey is such a classic to me. The Outsiders Cherry Blossom,
Mhm.
either the old white one or the new like rendition of it. I love both of those. The Brick Squad OG, I touched on that. The Sunshine Bears ones, the black and white or the pink. And this is like my pick that's like no one really know. The shred hockey jerseys are still such a classic to me. It took me like a long time to figure out how I wanted that jersey, but my pick that no one really like hears is the too happy to be here jerseys.
Oh yeah.
I love those jerseys so much. I haven't been able to find mine for so long. I wore it one time and it was like stuffed into a backpack and I just found it. It's they have like they're playing off of like that like the Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah.
So they all have names of the characters on the back of their jerseys, but it's a good ass jersey. It's just such a clean jersey.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
So
My answer is probably my all-time favorite has to be that OG Bristol one. Some a jersey that I've always wanted, never got the courage to ask anyone to have it because I feel like they're all gone like right away. Like they were traded away. That one, there was a Canada Worlds jersey that looked really clean. It was like I forgot what it looked like, but it was like an old one that they had that looked sick. I think Josh Hughes designed it.
was it with the white like
The white
leaf on the
sleeve.
sleeve? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
that
one
was
looks
22.
so clean. And then and my current favorite now is the Australian World jersey from last year, the green version, the green and white. I think it looks
Yeah.
sick.
I have that one too.
Yeah. And of course, I really like the new Outsiders jersey. I think it looks super clean. The royal blue and the white looks dope.
I just we were talking about it. The brown was supposed to be like gold.
Yeah.
If it was gold, that jersey would be super, super clean. It's still nice as hell. I
Yeah.
still really do like it, but I think that
The
like
little thing. Yeah.
yeah, that would have been sick to see.
Especially if it was like popping too.
Yeah,
Uh Next question is from Claire Uzi. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
yeah.
Uh, Dylan, what changes in the LI dodgeball scene are you excited about?
I'm excited that we're kind of all the players that are like to me that are gonna make a change right now, like Giancarlo, Quan, Taylor, Megan, like Jordan, like Jacob, those players, Noah, like we're all trying to create a very competitive night because there's players that try to run like a Monday thing and it's too like it's too based on what everyone wants and they don't make the tough decisions. They're like it's not set on being competitive. It's just about having a practice on Mondays, and it has fell off since I stepped away, genuinely. And it's no shot at them, but like ever since I stepped away from it, it's fell off completely. And it's not just me that stepped away. Um, so we're now pushing to like create like a very competitive night that's like set on building players, like building players to be better, not just be like average of the pack, like players that are going to start shining on their club teams. So like whether it's like training, whether it's so we it's cool. We're so like a big group of us on Sundays we play ultimate frisbee in the morning. So
Yeah.
we play ultimate frisbee in the morning, then we go and play kickball, and then we're gonna play dodgeball after.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so it'll
dope.
be like early in the morning, 9 a.m. ultimate frisbee, 11 a.m. kickball, and then we're gonna do like dodgeball like 3 or 4 or 5.
Dang. Whole day of just playing.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, for sure.
Next questions are from Bo Tilly. Uh, Firstly, thank you for everything you've done for me thus far. I wouldn't be where I'm at this point without you. First question, as someone who's gotten to know you well over the past couple of years, what do you think people tend to misunderstand about you?
My passion. That's really what it is. Like they misunderstand my passion for me being a dickhead. And like it's just like I'm a passionate person. And again, like I don't know how to fake it. So like people just like it's not personal. Like it's never personal. Like if I'm excited, like if I'm happy or I'm amped up, it's because like I'm amped up. Like it's not because of anything personal you did or whatnot. Um, but again, like I'm not looking to correct people anymore. So it is what it is.
And you touched upon this earlier, but the same question is with Celestia Camp coming up, what are your expectations of everyone, especially some of the bubble players looking to secure their spot on the world's team?
Show up. Show up and fight.
Facts. And he goes, love you both. Love you, Bo.
Love you, bro. Bo Chile.
I'll tell you. See you in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
Next question is from Gage Young. Is there anyone new you want to host / play on Shred for either an upcoming tournament or bigger tournament like the thing?
Um, that's a tough question. I don't know of like a younger player. I think Andrew Kim was the answer. I still like I'll just default with him
Yeah.
just because like he's coming up like he's I look for a player that goes onto his team and he's like a corner because he has to be, but then he gets added to the practice squad and then we're like, all right, let's see how he does in middle. And then he has a little bit of tough time, like he has a tough time,
Yeah.
but you see spurts of him being good. Like that's what I'm looking for a new player. Um, like play like that's why I took Giancarlo. Like I pulled Giancarlo to shred. Like I pulled him a couple of times to shred. This is his second time playing with us. Um, like he's a great player. He just needs like just small tweaks. But
Yeah. And then speaking of Andrew and Gio, follow up. How did our boys Andrew, Kimmy, Kim, and Gio do it at the thing? In your opinion, they look good in the games I was able to watch.
yeah, they played like I'm very proud of Gio. I'm very proud of Andrew. Andrew has exceeded my expectations of him in the past couple of months. Like it was I didn't know if he was going to make the roster for NAC, and I'm so grateful he did because he's just been out here balling ever since and just like constantly getting better. And I think he's like really showing that he deserves a spot on this team or like other world's team. And I think Giancarlo is on a very similar trajectory. He's he almost made practice squad in 24, but he tore his UCL. And I think if I'm pretty sure like they were even telling him like if he didn't tear his UCL in 24, he would have made that practice squad, which would have made his like transition a little bit better because like just transitioning from last practice squad to this practice squad, it shows that like you were there then, you're still there. So I think that that would have helped with him a little bit in his path. But I think that he gets overlooked a lot, and he has a lot of qualities as a player that can be utilized on a world's team or as a player that's going to go and I could he's young enough where like if we invested in a player like him and he's at worlds and he like learns the dynamic of the team, you bet on him for the cycle after that he becomes so much better and he like gets over that hill. So that's why like I was very proud of him too. He knew he was coming into the weekend as an alternate because Xander was hurt. He took the opportunity. He shagged when he needed to. He was involved when he needed to be. He was kept a good morale. And when it came time to like play, he stepped up. Like he was hitting, and that's very hard to do. And that's something that's very undervalued is your ability to walk off the bench and just start hitting players. Like cold. Like so.
That's 100% what you think for a bench player.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to see that when I looked at the roster and saw his name on there. I was first of all I was surprised, but then I was super happy because this is gonna excel him even more.
Yeah.
But
He
you're
he,
right.
he learned a lot.
But yeah, you're right. After NAC, he grew so much from since then.
Yeah.
And then next question is from David Levitt. You're someone who's seen in the dodgeball community as a or as a really reliable clutch performer? Is that something you've worked on physically or with your thought process? Is it a mentality thing that you just have, or a little bit of both?
It's just a mentality thing, man. Like you just have to be be stronger willed than the other player, and like just being confident in it. Um, And it's even stuff that like I even struggle with sometimes. I'm like, damn, I'm not pulling out the 1v1s and the 2v1s and the 1v3s and like but like just staying like, all right, like even if it's not my moment right now, like my moment will come. So like just staying, gotta be a little crazy and like have that like little bit of an edge of like it doesn't matter what's in front of me. Like I'm just confident in what I can do. But you probably can speak to this more than me. You do clutch shit I would say more than I do. So
A little bit of luck, a little bit of blackout.
it ain't luck, man.
Next question is from Aaron Greenlee. She asked cool questions. First one, can you tell us about some of your high school friends and how you got them interested in dodgeball?
Um, I only have one friend that's like actively in the scene now that was like a high school friend and she just joined up because like I posted so much like and that's kind of how it happened and it's Johnny Rochelle. Um she's a Long Island girl. She grew up in the town next to me and I knew a lot of the people from that town. We used to go to like parties and stuff together and whatnot. And she just reached out and she was like, "Is this like am I allowed to like try this or is this like just who's like playing is who gets invited?" I was like, "Nah, pull up." And she pulled up and she's been playing ever since. So I just think the exposure of like posting it and not being because it's like a little bit silly sometimes to tell people you play dodgeball, but like just stand on it, bro. Like who cares? At the end of the day, like if when people are like, "Oh, you play dodgeball, like you go around the world and play dodgeball," I'm like, "Yes, bro. I go around the world. I travel around the world and play dodgeball. I get to see the world. I've seen what maybe like it'll be like five continents playing dodgeball by the end of this year.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, like have fun taking your weekend trips to the Poconos. Like bro, like it's so like I don't ever care to like be silly or people be like, "Oh, you play dodgeball." Yeah, bro, I play dodgeball and I'm ill. Look at my highlights. Like you follow me on Instagram, boom.
Nice.
So
Uh, Second question, what's an item of clothing that you see on an opponent and immediately know you're better than them? Like tucked in shirt, Crocs in the court, etc.
I hate ankle socks. I hate when I see people with ankle socks. Like that bothers me. So I think that if I see that, it's just like I also think that like a lack of like caring about like you don't have to like be like, oh, I gotta put on all these accessories and this, that, and the third, but just like care about your appearance, like care about how you look, care about like something. Don't just go up in there with like freaking Walmart shoes and like think things are about to go well. And again, you could, but like I just think look good, play good. So maybe
Yeah.
like ankle socks. And I also this bothers the hell out of me. If you're wearing Adidas sneakers, wear Adidas socks. If you're wearing Nike sneakers, wear Nike socks. If you're wearing Nike sneakers and you wear Rye socks or whatever, cool, fine, whatever. But like there's certain things you just don't do, and like I hate when I see people in like freaking like they'll be in AEs and they'll be just wearing freaking Nike socks and like stupid things like that.
Cross brands.
Yeah, like the man that set tripping.
You must hate seeing Lua because he always does a ankle socks.
Yeah, I hate that. Well, and that like yeah, there's outliers because Lou is a freaking
Yeah.
savage, but like I hate that. Like I just that bothers me. But I also don't like the hat on the court.
Mm,
I'm not a fan of the hat on the court.
yeah.
I just but
That's actually slowly fading out though, because of
yeah.
words and stuff. So, third question for both of you, what's one thing outside of dodgeball that your dodgeball friends and fans can cheer you on in?
Um what's one thing outside of dodgeball?
Yeah.
My friends and cheer me on. And I don't know, man. Like I've been kickboxing, but I'm afraid to start competing because then I'm afraid to get too addicted to it and then like start hurting myself.
Yeah.
Um, I want to start a run club.
Ooh.
So that's maybe that running. Boom.
Nice. Yeah, I had no idea what to answer for this because don't really do anything else outside dodgeball besides being a family guy. So I guess
Hey, that's something.
yeah, cheer on my family.
Being a wholesome father, bro.
Yeah. And then fourth one, again for both of you, post Mexico City win. Who was the life of the party on the men's national team? Who was a teammate that you ended up getting to know really well?
Um, Surprisingly, Hashi was the life of the party.
Yes. He was so drunk at that dinner.
Oh my God, he was so funny.
It was so
Like,
funny.
and it's so nice to have seen like Hashi like grow and like start to like loosen up and like because I met him and he was just like he's like you eat, dream, sleep, wake up, repeat dodgeball like and it's just like I'm like all right, bro, like yeah, like on the court, yeah, I'll die on the court, but like when I take off my jersey, when I throw my knee pads off, like bro, I want to have like I want to still enjoy my life and I am who I am. So like I fuck with people. So like I was at the first like in 22 like talking shit and like trying to get to know people like just being funny and I think it's because I also was very close with Jeff. Beforehand, me and Jeff were like talking and like I was like he was kind of like just having me like talk shit to different players and like see what happened and whatnot and then I got to see Hashi like go from like being like 21 years old to like being to where he is now and like he's actually hilarious and he's actually very unhinged but and he needs to stop touching me.
Oh gosh.
Every time I see him he's got to touch me but he's definitely he was at NAC, he was the life of the party for sure.
Yeah. Then the other question was who was a teammate that you ended up getting to know really well? Was that Hashi too?
Nah, me and Hashi got very close in the past like couple of years like Hashi's gone from someone that like I just respected on the court to being someone that like I actually call like my friend, like my brother. Like I love him to death. But like that started like probably in like 2023 to 2024. Um, but probably I knew everybody well. Like it was probably like it was probably Kimmy or like Dan Alport, but like I'm also very close with I think I was close with everybody on the team. Like I'm close with Austin. I'm like everybody, like I'm close with you. Like I talk to you all the time.
Yeah.
Close with yeah, like maybe Logan. Even though me
Mm,
and Logan are close, like me and Logan talk a lot in Mexico.
yeah.
We were fucking around a lot.
He's starting to break out of his shell a little bit too.
Yeah. Yeah. I love seeing Logan break out of his shell. Logan's funny as hell.
He is funny.
He is funny and people don't see it, but Logan be having me weak.
Oh gosh. Especially when he's with Elijah, bro.
Yeah, bro. He comes up to me at the thing and he goes, "Yo, did you hear what Hardest Phone was saying about Shred?" And I was like, "No, what?" And he goes to whisper in my ear, and I like lean my like ear in to like hear what he's saying, and he just kisses me on the cheek. I
What
was
the
like, "Bro, you're an idiot."
heck? That's funny. For my answers, definitely Hashi. He was live at the party. That was so funny. And then I'll say Dan. I knew Dan a little bit before NIC, but like while we were there, we talked a lot. Like I really got to like really know who Dan was.
Yeah,
That was awesome. And then Aaron goes, sending love to you both, my idols.
love you too, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron.
Her crazy ass. I love Erin. Erin is a freak in her own
She's in her
tier.
own world.
Yeah, she's really in her own world, just doing her own thing.
I don't know if you want to answer this question, but Gage put out a really old question I used to ask. It was a question like, can you build a perfect player with these specific skills? Dodgeball IQ, throw speed, accuracy, endurance, speed slash agility, dodging and catching.
Um, so if I would do throw speed. I would do a Cedro. Accuracy, I would do Xander.
Yeah.
What was the other ones?
Dodgeball IQ, speed,
IQ, I would do Eli.
uh,
Speed, you said?
endurance, speed, dodging, catching.
Endurance, speed. So speed, I would do Aaron
Yeah.
Goodwin.
Hmm.
Um, dodging, I do Josh,
Oh yeah.
and, and catching, I do you. And
Push
I would
that.
do close runner up for Demonte.
And then endurance was the only one.
Actually, hold on, hold on. If I did catching for cloth, I would do that motherfucker from Elevation. I don't
Oh
know his name.
yeah.
I don't know his name, but like he hasn't caught me yet until Tempe, and I played him a bunch of times. And like the first like 3 games, like chested him a couple of times. Boom, 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 or like maybe twice. Then I was like, yeah, bro, like he's overrated. Like everybody swears he's a great catcher. And then like 3 games in a row, like point blank, he like put me on a poster, bro. Just catching me, making me look, yeah, him,
I think I know
hundred
exactly
times.
what you're talking about. I think he's
Yeah,
such a good catcher. And he like looks away too when he catches.
yeah.
Um, next ton of questions are from Sophie Harrison. Uh, what's a better celebration, a bark or Peter Griffin?
It's the bark. Even though, shout out to Peter Griffin, shout out Soph. You know I love you.
Uh, if you took yourself back to 4 years ago today, where did you honestly think you would be in your dodgeball career, and what do you think you did to either follow what you thought or be better than that?
I think I'm exactly where I thought I'd be. To be honest, like I know that probably sounded a little cocky, but like I knew what I had inside of me. I knew what I was able to do, and I just went out there and just like stayed true to the plan. Like I understand, like I like everybody thinks like I'm never gonna give them a reason to bench me again, and I've stood on that, and I've just been playing with that fire in my like in my soul for the past 4 years. So just staying consistent with things and like just and again I keep saying it, but like being accountable to your mistakes. Like every time in my life I don't make progression, it's because I'm not being accountable. So
What's your ultimate main end goal now that you've gotten an API Gold, Worlds Gold, and multiple others?
the only one that I don't have is the thing. Like literally I think that's the only tournament like in North America and or like anything that's like
Big.
uh I want every tournament win though. I want a Euros like cloth one that would be on the list. I'll feel confident when I've won in every single like facet of dodgeball. So like the cloth one, whether it's the UDO or the dodgeball champions, invite Shred by the way next year or outsiders, and then I'll just go play with y'all. Um, like all of those, I think that's when I'll feel like good and ready to walk away. But like I definitely want at least 3 world's golds.
Repeat.
And then I want to switch over it to cloth. Like in a perfect world, we three-peat, and then I go to cloth, and then I win my. If that was the case, I'd run off into the sunset. So
You would go to cloth for mixed foam?
I want to cross. Shot. Listen, I know y'all are gonna listen to this. I've talked to Frankie a bunch of times. I'm starting to cut right now, and I'm gonna be so ready to cross over if y'all let me and just play mixed foam and men's foam. I want to play like y'all saw how much I like mixed foam at NAC. Where was I? I was
Clipboard.
sitting there with the clipboard. I was the clipboard guy helping Frankie, bro. Put me on the team. Just roster me like if you guys are like, oh, we'll take 6 guys for mixed, make me the seventh, and like I'll only play when if you need it. Like, please. I want to play mixed foam so bad at Worlds. I do. I really do. I'm not gonna lie. But I hope that they'll let me cross before I go to like obviously I would go to mixed foam before I went to cloth, but definitely I just think that what we have right now is gonna be the standard for the next years to come with our
Yeah,
guys.
for sure. Definitely have a nice core.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way with cloth. Like, let me just cross over to cloth. I'm a
Yeah.
metal player. I just do the same
Yeah.
thing.
Exactly. Bro, they should let you cross over, especially the new rules.
Yeah.
Like they can't just like
Yeah.
coast.
They have to hit me.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be nice. You guys don't even need me on phone. I'll just go over to the cloth side real quick.
No, bro, don't say things like that
No,
on public
no, no. I still want to be on the
platforms,
foam roster. I still want the gold, but
bro. It's crazy because you start on both, and I think you're like one of the few players that like are such a just crossover like in that same tier.
appreciate that. But I think definitely the core of the men's foam roster can do it too. Like definitely go start on the cloth roster.
Potentially.
No. Um, how long do you hope to play for?
Um, I'm I don't want to be the player that is holding on to it for too long. I also don't think that the people in my life would let me. Like they'd be like, all right, bro, like let's coach. Like so I definitely have I still have like my whole 30s playing. I know I'll play for the rest of my 30s. After that, it's year by year. So I have 5 worlds left at least.
Nice. How much do you think dodgeball have changed by 2036?
I hope that it's at an Olympic level, man. Like I really do. Like I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Like we have the competitive ability, we have the athletic ability. Like y'all are gonna tell me pickleball eventually gonna get there, and we're not. Like, come on. So
That's
that,
crazy.
or just at least seeing like more of like professional leagues and stuff, and like things along the lines of that.
No. Best and worst flavor of dumpling.
What would your answer be for that?
I love all dumplings.
That's kind of how I felt. Like
Yeah.
I just think dumplings are great, bro.
Yeah. Unless you get like some wild flavor for dumplings that are on like the main menu, then yeah. But I think all dumplings are pretty good. Curl routine.
Curl routine. Um, right now I don't have a particular curl routine. Over the past winter, I like really like set out to gain muscle and gain weight. And I worked a lot with my own body weight. Like I kickboxed a lot in that time period, but I was doing a lot of incline dumbbell presses. I wasn't really like I would do the stagnated curls, doing like light to medium weight and just like rotating like hands every single time the hammer curls. Um
Time
go
out.
ahead.
I think she's talking about hair.
What?
I think she's talking about hair curl.
Cur Curl routine. Oh, I was like, I didn't read her question. Yeah, so fuck. Curl routine? I don't have a curl routine, bro. I'm Puerto Rican as fuck. Like shit just like this. So should just come out. I just have like honestly, I have my mom's hair.
It's
I really
beautiful.
thought she was asking about like a curl routine.
Yeah. I thought about the two. I was like, what a weird question. That I was like, wait, she's talking about hair.
Because
Um,
didn't she doesn't she act I did read her question actually, because she asked about my deadlift or some shit, right?
yeah, the next one is PB deadlift weight. So maybe she could be talking about curls. I don't know, but I'm assuming she's talking about hair there.
Yeah, because I think that's why I thought she was talking, because I was just looking at the questions like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Um, I don't I don't deadlift a lot because that's how I hurt myself when I was younger.
yeah.
Um, I had a fracture to my like T3 zone when I was younger, lifting incorrectly and through deadlifting. So I probably only ever go up to probably like 250, like 275 with my deadlift. But I just like I really do take it light. It's still something that kind of like scares me.
Yeah, definitely one of the most dangerous
Yeah.
workouts if you don't do
Um,
it correctly.
yeah.
Fastest recorded throw.
I think it was 77, 78, like 8 maybe. And at API I I I was on the gun for 76,
Hmm.
but I think it was like 77 maybe.
It's all fast when you get to that level.
Yeah, I genuinely try not to throw on the gun because I always like it's always ego.
Yeah, you're so
So
close to 80.
yeah.
Uh, what's one thing you are working on at the moment to improve your game?
Um, j- One thing I'm currently working on is my basically what I was trying to touch on before. Like I was trying to stay strong. Like I always like every winter, like I don't really focus on the gym as much. And if I do, it's like to get lighter. And I feel like I could do that very easily now. And I really wanted to get stronger. And I feel like I haven't gotten stronger in the past couple of years. So like I bulked over the winter time. I worked out with a couple of friends that really helped me. And like because I know enough about fitness to like do the right things, but like when you're in there with like a gym rat,
Yeah,
they teach you things all the time. Like shout out Quan. Quan taught me a lot too. Um, but I tried to get stronger and I feel the strongest I've ever been right now. And I recently and now like in the past like 3 weeks, I've been focusing on cutting. It was a little late for the process. Like I actually realistically wanted to start cutting in February. I just had a little bit of a hiccup going on. Um, and not to, like I'll touch on it because I kind of mentioned it a couple times, and I don't want it to sound like it's like keeping it under wraps too much. But I'm actively getting diagnosed with lupus.
dang.
So it's an autoimmune disease. My mom has it, and I carry the genetics for it, and I also have all the symptoms. Like I get everything that someone with lupus has: the butterfly rash, the mouth the mouth stuff that comes with it, like the ulcers, and then just the flare ups, and then like your body goes into like, so basically that kind of like gave me like, I've been understanding the disease, like going to rheumatologists, trying to like get a hold on it. And I feel great now. Like I feel great understanding it. Not taking this certain medicine that I feel like doesn't react with my body correctly. And so I've been doing that. Now I got stronger and now I'm starting to cut. So that's like one thing that I was really focusing on is staying stronger. Because when I feel strongest, I feel like my arm never gives. But you have to find that like perfect weight of like being able to feel light and fast and feel strong. So
Dang, sorry to hear that. Hopefully
yeah, no,
it's not
yeah,
anything yet. Yeah.
it's not something that scares me. My mom has dealt with it her whole life. My mom goes skiing. My mom like kickboxes too. Like my mom stays active. She's in her 50s and she looks great. Like she doesn't look a day over like 35. So like
Awesome.
so I'm not tripping.
Next question. What's the one skill or thing on court that is so heavily looked over but so important?
I said this before. Stepping onto a court cold and being able to perform. So undervalued. Like people don't understand how tough it is. So when someone can do that, like just be cold and just like get up to speed,
Yeah.
look at that player and be like, we might need a player like that.
Yeah.
Because
And
you could be like a guaranteed 7 man on a roster. But if you can't step up into the big moments, you might drop to like a 8 or a 9.
yeah, for sure. And then last question is from Tom Rickert. I mean, asked a pretty loaded question. Got a shout out and a question if there's still time. Props first. I was on a remix team that Dylan captained. Didn't know what to expect going into it, but what happened was Dylan was a phenomenal captain and teacher. Didn't just tell us what to do. He explained why. read everyone's feedback styles and adapted. When something worked or didn't work, he followed up and talked about what happened and why we got there. I learned a year's worth of dodgeball in a day because Dylon cared and invested and followed up. Definitely meant a lot to me and stuck with me.
Shout out Tom. That was actually very sweet. I just saw that written before, and I was it's always nice when someone like, because you're not trying to like do it so that they give you your flowers. You're trying to do it so when they do give you your flowers, it's heartwarming. So
Yeah, that was really nice. And then the question, this sport heavily relies on great communicators and mentors volunteering locally and regionally to develop people and help them learn the game. Decide they want to travel by running leagues, by captaining remix teams at local tournaments, spending time with new players at league nights. Who are some people you guys see doing the work to build up the sport locally or nationally in little ways, mentoring or educating, or just doing little things to create an environment where people want to come back and play again? And where do you think we have the most room collectively to improve and put in that work and meet folks where they're at as a sport?
I'll just rattle off a couple of names that I know do are like starting up stuff or do things for leagues like Abby Lee, Dustin, Joey Kramer and the Stat Guys, different people like Sam Sayward and Frankie, John Carlo even on Long Island doing stuff. Joanna's does stuff in LA. Lucas and his whole team, they do great. Like all those people that are doing little things for the sport. Doki Doki with Hubert and all them up in, yeah, like them doing all of that. Mitch and like the whole Dodgeball Live people, everybody that's doing stuff for like the organizations and whatnot. Like it really does take a village to do what we do. And like I am appreciative of it, even though at times people may not see it or may not hear it, but like I definitely see it and I'm appreciative of it. There's a lot of free time, free work that has been put into the sport that no one knows and will go underappreciated and overlooked for years to come. But I think that every person that's like dedicated, like even people like my boy, like Xander doing the vlogs, Hashi doing the stuff, like the streaming and whatnot. Um, Even like the clips, like the show, like taking time to put the exposure out there, like this can like more than anything, like even though like you're stepping away from it, like if even if this is the moment to say like the fact that you've done this, you've given people like a place to have a common ground and talk about the sport that we love in this micro community, even though like it's a micro community and like we appreciate this and we give our life to it at times. And like thank you for like actually being like, we do need people to do stuff like this. And even if it's just for a season, like even if it's just for momentarily like for moments and until the time passes, like you gave us something to listen to. You know how many episodes I downloaded Spotify because of you. Like I swear to God, like I don't listen to Spotify. I have Apple Music and all that, but like I have Spotify because of you. And like we do need people to step up. And like if you're hearing this and you know you could be doing more, then maybe do some more. Like maybe take some initiative, try to grow the league, because try to grow your community, try to grow a player, try to help like develop somebody. Like we need to do more. And like, and I'm not saying that I'm doing the most, but like I could be doing more too. And um and just keep like, it's discouraging at times, like yeah, when we're not like, we put all this work in and it would be great if we were a professional sport or we were in the Olympics and this, that, and the third. But like at one point in time, like every sport was at this phase. So it's just our time right now to like keep putting in the foundational work for it. So yeah, those are the people I see doing it. And I think that the areas that we need to grow would definitely be like in the media stuff and like, and also actually, and I'll stand on this. The last thing I'll say with that is one thing we need to do is we need to start watching dodgeball at USA events. We're the only country in the world that when it comes to a finals event, it is less like there's not that many people there watching the games. Like it should be the like the main event. Everyone should be there watching at the highest level you can watch dodgeball at, and being grateful, and like not pouting and walking off because and trust me, like there's times where I've like walked away, and like when I've lost and been upset about stuff, and like yes, I need to be better with it too, but like as a community, we all need to start watching finals and applauding the teams that get there, because there's nothing more discouraging about a freaking 5-person viewed finals with the sidelines not filled and crazy stuff is happening.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. Yeah, that's all the questions that we got. Appreciate everyone that sent in. This is gonna be a long one, but any last remarks or shout outs you want to throw out there?
shout out to all my shred boys, shout out to Team USA people, shout out to all the people that are doing the hard work, like I just said, all my Long Island people, like all the people that I play with on a typical basis, from Giancarlo, like to all the people that like in and out like every day. Like Long Island has such a big place in my heart because of all the players that like we have such a good family, such a good core over there, like of players that have grown into my heart, like Jordan, Jacob Falco, Megan, um, even players that are like just joining the sport, like Taylor Pineda, Quan, like so I always gotta shout out those people and those players because they mean so much to me. Um, but also, Kim, just like I'll take this moment and just again, like, thank you, bro. Like if the fact that you brought me on this for your last episode, like I hope I did what you expected. I hope that I was the guest that you wanted, and like I I I said the things that you wanted me to say, and we touched on the right topics. But more than anything, again, bro, like I'm grateful to you, like the fact that you shared this space with me and you've brought me on. I think this is my fourth time coming on in total.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So like, bro, thank you. Shout out to you, like the Rushdown Podcast, and also like support people that are doing things like this. Like people that are taking their free time and they're like it doesn't support don't cost a damn thing, man. Like love don't cost a damn thing. Everybody's so busy hating on each other. Like, bro, just like go out there and support somebody. It's free. Like love is free, man. Like
Yeah.
just like stop being a hater. So many people are haters, and I can't stand that. So for another topic and another day. But Kim, thank you so much, bro. More than anything, like, and I know I speak for the whole community. We all love and appreciate you, and you are a gem that we don't deserve. And I'm grateful that we were able to share this time in these past couple of years doing this with you.
Thank you so much. You made me cry, bro.
And I'm sorry, bro.
Appreciate you having on, bro. Thank you.
Of course.